Hey, and we're streaming. We're back. Welcome to the call-in show. We do this every 2 weeks or something. Well, the thing that we do is a show. There's a different topic every time we do it. People can call in and talk about the topic or whatever's on your mind, I guess. Today the topic is your hobbies. Your hobbies, and you'll be able to call in very soon about that. I'm just going to talk for a second here, and then we'll go to the boys if there are any boys around, and then we'll take a quick break, and then you'll be able to call in. It'll all happen real quick, 10, 15 minutes. So if you want to call in, stick around. The number will be on the screen soon. Your hobbies. I'm supposed to talk about my hobbies. I had time to think about this, but I didn't think of anything. I know that I probably have hobbies somewhere. I probably do them sometime, but I don't know what they are. I don't know. Some people have hobbies for real. They do them. And they like them and they get better at them or whatever. It's something that they do. Not me. I don't have hobbies. What am I like to walk. I like to go on walks. You know, I go on walks pretty much every day. Sometimes nature walks, sometimes functional walks, walking to places to get things. I walked today to Stewart's to get Bang and beer and chips, some post-show chips. Sometimes I do like a nice hike through the nature stuff. You know, it's nice. Clear your mind, you can think your thoughts. Your thoughts can run wild in nature, you know? You're not constrained by the walls of a place, or you know, you can just think about lots of things. That's probably my main hobby. The other one is probably drinking. I don't know if that can be considered a hobby as much as an addiction, but I do enjoy it. I like doing it. It's something that I do, you know, frequently for fun, for enjoyment. So it's a sort of hobby. It makes this show possible. It's one of the great it fuels this show. Alcohol. It helps. It makes me want to do it. Not that I don't want to do it, but it's just more fun when I do it and I'm drinking at the same time. Oh yeah, I've been talking for 3 whole minutes and I'm run out of things to say. I don't know, it's fucking hobbies. Hobbies, this isn't about me, this is about you. This is about what your hobbies are. I don't know, I'm going to talk to you about your hobbies, whatever they may be. Or if you don't have any hobbies and you want to call in, you want to shit on hobbies, feel free. Whatever you want to do, you know? Okay. Anyway, I guess I'll just go to the boys now. Oh, there are some boys in here even. Let's see what they're talking about.
Too, like he has friends, and his friends freaking die, man.
Amen.
What?
Huh?
Oh, hey.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, we were just talking about some Bible
Jesus.
shit.
Sorry, what?
The Jesus.
Okay,
The Jesus. Some
Have
Bible
you heard of
Jesus.
him?
Yeah. I heard, you know, he's done great things.
He's done a few.
The topic today is your hobbies. Do you guys have any thoughts on that? Any hobbies that you wanted to share?
Oh, you know it, but I don't know. I might be holding out.
I got too many hobbies, and I need some people to take some away from me because I got too many of them.
You boys are full of hobbies? You've got hobbies taking up your schedule?
You have to have hobbies when you're alone, dude.
What are your hobbies, Moxie?
Okay, well, I'm gonna go into like one that you mentioned earlier. You said you like going on walks, right?
Yeah. You're a walker?
I am a big time walker. I went walking this morning, dude. Woke up at 6 a.m. Went got a Rockstar energy drink, and I went walking. I went hiking in a grassy knoll.
How'd it go? What do you like about walking?
Gets me moving, gets me thinking, gets me pumping. I listen to music. I go out walking in the morning, especially at the grassy knoll. There's a lot of nature there. Dude, I saw 4 deer. I saw a fox. I petted
Holy
a cat.
shit.
It was a bunch of hot shit, dude.
Holy
That's what I live
shit.
for.
What the fuck?
You petted a cat on a walk?
Yeah, on the way back, I went into a porta potty and washed my hands, came out, and there was a freaking cat there out of nowhere. Petted it, got up on my lap and everything. It was a nice boy. Half its ear was gone. It lives near foxes, dude.
Dude, what? Yeah. So, what were you? There was nothing you could do for that cat besides pet it. Like, it's in dangerous territory. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, well, it was a very nice cat. Probably too nice to human beings. But I'm sure it's scared of foxes.
Right? Maybe got into a tussle with a fox. Interesting.
I
Yeah.
saw a fox on a walk recently too.
Hell yeah.
How'd it go?
It was great. It was
Was
like
there more
a
to that
spiritual.
story? Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole other. It's crazy. Minute hour. Listen, I was walking and I look up and there's a fox.
Oh, what?
That's about the extent of
What
it.
kind of, like, what size, what color, what kind of fox are we talking here, baby?
It was small. It's a red fox, but it's very small and it's very far away. And I didn't have my glasses, so it very well could have been like a coyote, but it was a fox
Oh, yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
For sure.
Was it daytime or nighttime?
It was daytime, but it was like approaching sunset.
Oh, yeah, that's where you see them little shits.
Dude, I have a similarly interesting story. I was walking at nighttime and I saw this thing and it was walking around and I was like, what the hell is that? And it was a fox.
Do you think it's like gang stalking us all?
It's probably the same one, yeah.
Yeah.
They're
There's only like
everywhere.
3 or 4 foxes in the US, so
They travel at Mach 10. That's how they get across the country.
Toner, do you see any foxes? Is it foxes or fox? Is the plural of fox fox?
I think it's
Who
Foxy.
gives a shit?
speaks, I
It's
think.
important, Moxie.
mm.
Is it like
do I
ox?
see
Is it
foxes?
foxen?
Some fixes. Yeah, sometimes I like to just go into this forest near my house and just kind of sit there. And, I'll see like deer and lots of meat birds. I've encountered a fox a time or two in that area. I don't know if it's the same one that's been stalking you guys,
I mean,
but
bro,
I've had no
this fox
quarrel
was
with it or
crazy.
anything.
All right. Well, what about your hobbies, Toner? Is that part of your
Ooh.
hobbies, sitting out in the forest and admiring nature?
I would consider that more of a relief than a hobby. Just kind of like how driving long distances is more like a relief than a hobby. Hobbies are something, in my opinion, that are to contend with. It's this itch that you gotta scratch, and it's something that keeps you occupied in life.
It's like productive in some way.
In a way, I mean, sometimes you can imagine it as productive. Other times, maybe it's more close to like a passion. Like a deep interest in a thing. That's how I would see it.
All right. What about what's your number one hobby then, Toner? Under that definition.
All right, yeah. I guess time-wise, the amount of time that I've put into a particular hobby would be fencing, which I guess is a sport/hobby. I've been doing that for like 13 years now, and now I'm a coach for high schoolers.
I remember that. I remember you telling me
Yeah.
about this because I did this road trip recently. I visited a lot of these boys here, and you were telling me about your coaching experience. You're coaching some high school kids, and how's that going?
Well, it has not gotten any better since the last time we talked. In fact, I would argue some things have gotten worse. So, but that aside, yeah, I like in high school, I fenced like 6 days a week and like traveled the country, stuff, did those big tournaments and the like, and now
Right.
I'm all old and broken.
You got mad medals. I was in
yeah.
your house. I saw your medals in there, bro. You could
That you
kill
did.
somebody with if you could beat someone to death with all them medals.
Yeah, I would break their neck if I just put it all on them at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a hobby you take very seriously.
I used to. Now I just kind of do it, maybe like once a week with my coach, and then I got the practices. There's that, and I tried experimenting with HEMA, like with the long sword, more historical stuff. And I liked it, but I didn't have the time or the money for it. So I got all these other goddamn hobbies keeping my hands tied. So.
All right, nice. So you're a man full of hobbies, Toner. You've got a plethora of hobbies.
Yeah, I hate it. I never have enough time to pursue any of them. I'm hobby paralyzed. I'm stricken with hobbies.
Dude, Toner, you're making us all sound like a bunch of bitches. You're doing cool shit, and we're going out walking.
Do you want some of my hobbies? You can have them. Do you want to play bass? You can have that. Do you want to write?
No, of course not. No, I want to walk. I want everyone else in the world to walk.
Take it from me.
What about Lordy, you're around here, are you? Are you around?
No, I'm just a regular Australian man now.
Right, okay, so you have a
basically.
different name.
I'm a different man. I'm clearly a regular Australian guy.
What about... Yeah, go on.
I thought about it. I think I like to be angry as a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
About
I go on
anything
the
in
internet-
particular?
I go on the internet and look for stuff that I don't enjoy, and then I watch that stuff, and then I am angry afterwards.
So you're a hater, Lordy. You're
No,
a hater.
no. I don't engage with the stuff, as in, I don't write mean comments afterwards. I just like to look at stuff that makes me angry. And then I'm, angry inside, and I'm like, yeah, that's a good feeling.
It's like a feeling of passion.
Maybe that's you once are actually able to feel something. And that's why you do that. I don't know.
It's easier to find something you hate on the internet than something you actually enjoy?
Well, when was the last time you enjoyed something?
On the internet or in every?
No, in general, in life.
I don't know. I'm enjoying this right now. I love talking to the boys.
No, you don't.
Come on.
Shut up.
It's okay. It's fine. I'm okay with it. It's better than sleeping than napping.
Sleeping is nice.
That's debatable, dude.
Moxie, you don't even nap.
That's true. But it would be nice if I could. Instead of doing this.
That would be my third hobby: is walking, drinking, and napping.
And eating your shitty Italian food.
Hey,
keep going on and on about it.
Hey, no, I don't. I don't even go on and on about it. But yes, I do make great Italian food. I'm gonna make a stromboli this week, I think. You ever had a stromboli, boys? Maybe that'll be a hobby.
Nah, I'm an American. I'm a straight American. I don't eat stromboli.
They sell that shit at Sbarro's, man. That's American.
No.
Okay. All right.
That's airport food. It might as well be Australian.
I know Australian food. We eat spiders and
Marmite, right?
Marmite. Those birds that once won a war against us. Emus?
You would know as an Australian man.
As a regular Australian person, yes.
Right.
I'm called John something or other. Probably.
I relate to a Australian guy's hobby because I like to people watch but be a cynic about it, where I just judge people in public.
So you're doing the same thing, but instead of on the internet, it's in real life.
Yeah, in real life. I actually, anecdote about that, hung out with Teratoma Jones recently, and we watched like a comedian weightlifter, but we weren't in the audience. We were way back, just hating him. We could hear everything he said, but we were a few blocks away from the actual show, and we were just like judging him the entire time. He started rapping about lifting weights and like trying to say jokes. And like he started the show by saying, if none of you laugh, this won't be the first show. And like, it was just downhill from there. And I give into stuff like that so easily.
Sounds like a real full-on entertainer, like a triple threat comedian, rapper, weightlifter.
And he did that show every hour on the hour for the entire day. But then like on the half hour, there was a trash can band that would come and they would play like popular songs on trash cans. And they started with I Got a Feeling. And it's just like how can you not enjoy just hating these people? You know? It gives me so much joy.
Was he no match for the trash can band? Did that just like that automatically took all the audience's attention?
They competed across from each other as they're singing I Got a Feeling on the trash can. He's like, hey guys, I can bend this metal bar, please. And they keep going from one side to the other of the stage watching. But no, I love judging people like that.
All right, great. That's a good place to stop for now, boys. We'll be back in like an hour. Will any of you be around?
Yeah,
I will probably.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, it's a little wishy-washy, but that's okay. All right, see you in a bit, boys.
Bye.
Good. All right, we will be back in like 5-10 minutes. We're gonna take a music break here, and then we'll do the actual calls. The number will be on the screen when you can actually call in. Before I take the break here, the overlay that you're looking at on the stream is from Slouch. Slouch is a very talented animator. His YouTube channel is in the description of this video. Also, the music from the stream is all from a guy named, what is it? Kresno. I think that's how you say it. Kresno. The link to his Bandcamp is in the description of this video too. Also, the images that I haven't been playing but will be on the computer at some point are from the Mighty Lighthouse, which is a zine, a community zine with a bunch of art and writing from a bunch of different people. Anyway, be back in a few minutes. Okay, we are taking calls now. The number's on the screen, 518-288-7938. Give me 1 second, I gotta close the door. Okay, we're talking about your hobbies. So call in and tell me about your hobbies, or whatever. Like I said, I have nothing to say. Like I said, so I'm just gonna wait here until someone calls. Calls are coming in, but Google's not taking them. This happens frequently. If one of these calls doesn't come in soon, I'll call someone back. Oh, well, I'm thinking about it. Hey, there's some nice tasty piece of content coming on the TMH channel on Sunday. Big 20-minute piece of content for you to listen to. I did a road trip and edited and recorded the whole thing, and I'm editing it into a multi-part thing. It's going to be fun. The first part's going up Sunday at noon. Oh, these calls. Why, Google, why won't you take them? All right, I'm going to call someone. I'm calling this guy.
Hey.
Yo.
What's up?
How's it going?
Pretty good. This is Cody, by the way.
Oh, Cody. Hey, what's up?
Nothing. I'm drawing an evil gnome.
Yeah? Why?
Want to listen to?
Just for fun?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's what I was in the mood for.
Hey, is drawing one of your hobbies?
Yeah. And it's pretty new, but it feels nice to progress in something.
How new?
Like maybe 6 months.
Oh shit! Nice. You never drew as a kid or an adolescent?
I did, but I didn't focus on it because I wanted to like prove to everyone I was a smarty pants and like do well in school. But then I didn't, and just became like an edgelord for a long time.
Oh, nice. You're not an edgelord anymore?
No. Now I love life, despite the horrible shit I said the other week.
That's okay. We recall you had a few opinions about the ladies, if I remember.
I said
correctly.
women were freaks.
That's okay.
And they're fucking everyone up.
That's normal to think those things.
Well, I'm over it now.
Oh, okay.
I was just upset. It was a good time to call in. I was pissed.
Right. So are your hobbies now filling the void that a woman once filled?
I think, yeah, definitely after this falling out with what's-her-face, having like, well, I just go back to what I was doing. I'm not like a loser. It's like, oh, I put all my eggs in the basket of this working out with this girl. Like, nah, I'm cool. Like, I'm 28. I'm used to shit not working out. And like,
nice.
just, you got to go forward.
Yeah, so what do your hobbies do for you then?
I don't.
They take up time? They pass the time, maybe?
Yeah. Well, right now I'm actually trying to make a game. And I like to make a small cartoon every now and then when I can on the side, or work on like a little animated thing, but I really want to finish this game.
What are you working on?
It's an RPG Maker game, so it's not the most like complicated thing in the world. It's actually so easy a child could do it.
Oh, good.
But the fun comes in where that's what my art is for. A lot of my art goes into the game.
Yeah, so this is something you can that your other hobbies can feed into. You can be productive feeling where you're drawing stuff and it's got a purpose.
Yeah, and it's nice to build up like a mound of art and just like have like a treasure chest of art grow over time.
Yeah.
And you can see at some point like, oh, I did improve a little bit. And it feels good.
Yeah, so how is this different then? Like you saying you're focusing on it now. Before maybe you were just you were doing it differently? You weren't.
I just feel like I need to get it done, or like if I take a break from it for too long, like I might not finish it.
Your
And
game.
I kind of owe it to the story to like exist.
When did you start working on the game?
Like 5 months ago.
Okay.
So it kind of actually necessitated that. I was like, oh, I could put my own art in this game. What if I started making my own art and just like cutting out the middleman and just like making my own assets and stuff?
Yeah, hell yeah. So what do you think? Like what's you're doing it in RPG Maker to make it easier on yourself maybe? Like how long do you think this process will take?
It's mostly finishing up the art and like animations, but also like the story's basically completely finished. I just have to like kind of rearrange all the pieces in RPG Maker when they're done. So I don't know. It could be like a year or two. It depends on how much detail I want.
Do you want to tell us about
it's my
the
first
story?
game too.
Do you want to tell us about the story of the game?
Yeah, it's about like one of those Finding Bigfoot weirdos,
Mm-hmm.
but also like very angsty. But then he discovers the paranormal is real.
Mm-hmm.
But it's actually a story about friendship.
Good. Good.
Like the surface level is like, ooh, the paranormal, mysterious monsters can fucking kill you at any minute. It's like, no, it's about this guy who's an asshole, and he learns like that his actions affect others, and the world doesn't revolve around him. That's the main character.
Is he becoming friends with Bigfoot, or does he have like a search party with him? Those are his friends?
His friends work for this shady organization that kind of run the world.
Okay.
And there's some infighting, but I don't want to spoil anything.
Okay.
In case anyone is actually interested. I'm not looking at the chat today.
What's the name of the game in the future? It's not out yet, but what's the name going to be?
I don't know, but I'm One Card Pony. If anyone's interested in following, I have a YouTube channel where I would like promote it, and I have some like clips of my art you can see.
Yeah, and you did an animation recently, didn't you? Or a couple months ago?
Did you watch that?
Yeah, dog. That was a nice little animation. I like that.
Well, that gives me a little hormone boost, I think.
Nice. Yeah.
I feel
that
like
was good.
I feel like I just went on a walk. That's great.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so Wendy, like with your newfound focus with your art drawing hobby, what makes you start to do it in a day? What's going on in the day where you how do you determine that like now is the time where I will draw?
Well, pretty soon. I've been living off savings, but pretty soon I'm going to have to get a job. So that's the other thing is like time's running out where this isn't going to be as easy. And I need to make most of the time that I have now. And also like in a daily, like as a routine, I think about what else I would do is like, do I want to play video games that like, I don't know. Some are still fun, but I feel like I've like been burned out and see through most of them, or they're too expensive, or I don't know.
Do you think
So
video games can be a hobby for people? Or does that not
yeah.
count? Does it not count?
It can, but rarely does it give you an actual skill.
Mm.
Like I know video games, weirdly enough, helped me with learning when I was little, because like some games you had to read, so it's like if you want to play this game right, you learn to read, you little shit.
Right.
But now it's like you can get a false sense of achievement really easy. But if you saw yourself in third person, it's like, what are you actually doing? You're like working this game like it's a job, or are you like actually experiencing something? I feel like you could play a game, but only have like a few actual real experiences in it, if any.
I think there's also a lot of games currently that like you have to play them like a job. Like it's a 40 to 80 hour commitment, and like it's the mentality of like you got to grind in there to get your full worth. Like you kind of have to commit several hours a day to even fully enjoy the game.
Yeah, that's kind of, I don't know. Yeah, they want you to live in games, and I feel like that gets pushed a lot because that's something the Illuminati would definitely want.
Okay.
Like, they want us to be in, like, VR pods, but the technology isn't there yet because there's not enough money in it because VR is too expensive. So, like, most VR games are, like, made by, like, one guy, and it's very experimental. There's a few like really good ones or like really detailed ones made by big developers, but most VR games, if you do end up getting a VR, there's a lot of like just indie games. But
what about AR? Augmented reality. Do you see that being big in the future?
Depends how easy it is to implement it. Like I think they tried to do that with Google Glass, but people got bullied. People were like, "Are you recording me? I'll kill you."
But then when you get the chip in your brain, like you won't even need to see the little apparatus.
I think as the technology gets better, yeah. Like VR now is just like a screen in front of your face.
Mm-hmm.
It's not anywhere near a chip in your brain, but it works. It's convincing. Even like a shitty, scary game is immersive because, you know, like the 3D model's right there, no matter how shitty it is.
Right. You actually feel like you're in there. You can't look away.
Yeah, it tricks your brain good. Especially if you get in the fetal position and you don't remember to take the headset off and it's still on. So it doesn't actually, getting in the fetal position doesn't actually do anything. So when you open your eyes, you're still just standing.
The natural defense that the fetal position gives us is useless.
Because you open your eyes and you're still standing and getting attacked.
All right. Hey, Cody, thanks for calling in. Appreciate you talking to me.
Yeah, man. You're going to have a great stream.
Oh, thank you. You're going to have a great night.
All right, man. Bye-bye.
Bye. I'm going to have a great stream. We just learned. I believe it.
Call from
Grayson.
Grayson? Grayson. Yo, what's up?
Huh? Am I on right now?
Yeah, Doug, what's up? How you doing?
Yo, good to hear. I've been trying to call into this thing for a long time.
Dude, you're in. How does
I've
it
been
feel?
struggling. Feels good. This is an exciting moment for me.
Hell yeah. There's a different Grayson that we know about on this show. It's the Tim the Degenerate's female friend, his confidant. Do you know anything about that, or not?
I mean, I've seen it, and I always get jealous because I'm like, there's a Grayson on the show, and it's not me. What's going on? What am I doing wrong?
No, dude. Now you are.
Here I am.
You are the Grayson on the show. You're the only one we care about right now.
Yahoo!
So what about
All
your
right.
hobbies,
Talking
Grayson?
hobbies?
Do you have something to talk about there?
Right now, my big hobby is rock climbing. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I've gotten into it recently, and I'm enormously into it right now. And I just want to tell you, it is just fucking amazing.
You just got into it recently?
Yeah. Recently is in like a year ago, but
What spurred that interest?
actually I picked it up as like a throwaway like gym class at school because I needed to take 2 gym classes, and I'm like, fuck it. I've seen videos on YouTube about this. It looks kind of cool. Boom. Now it's what I do.
Why? What is it? What attracted you to it? Is it the danger? Is it the fact that you could so easily fall to your death?
Well, I haven't fallen to my death yet. I think what I'm into about it is like it like tricks you into working out, but you can convince yourself it's a game.
How do you mean? Like
a
finding
lot
the
of people
rock
are like-
placements?
A lot of people are into like working out, and it's just this raw strength kind of thing. And obviously that's good for you. And I wish that I were into that because then I could get strong and be attractive. But rock climbing, I'm there to play the game of rock climbing, to like beat the challenges, the routes. But all of a sudden, on the sideline, I'm also working out.
That's just an added benefit that has nothing to do with the fun of the game.
Yeah. It's not what I'm there for, but damn if it doesn't help.
Do you go with people, or you must, right? Can you do that solo?
You can. So what I do mostly is I climb in a gym, which isn't as cool. But like when you go outside, if you're not stupid, you're gonna have people with you.
Right.
And when you climb outside, it's crazy because it's like you're doing your hobby, but it's also just camping, which is another thing I'm into. And all of a sudden, you're just drinking beers by a fireside, and you wake up in the morning, and then you're rock climbing.
But never at the same time, right? You never are drinking and climbing. Is that right? Maybe sometimes.
I don't know if I'd say that.
Maybe if the situation is just right.
Well, maybe you say, "Oh, I'm not gonna rock climb when I'm gonna drink," before you start drinking, and then you start drinking, and you maybe change your mind. But
You get a little extra confidence.
makes it really easy to change your mind, if you know what I mean.
But you've never fallen to your death, so this is
No, not.
whatever you're doing is
Not
working so far.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, the technique is you don't climb the ones where you're gonna fall to your death. And if you fuck up on knowing which one is gonna cause you to die, well then you weren't destined to make it long in the sport anyways.
I see. It's a brutal but fair mantra for the rock climber.
If you fell, well, then I mean, kind of on you, eh?
Right. You should have known your limits. You shouldn't have drank and extended your limits artificially through alcohol.
Or maybe if you just drank, it would have been okay, but you drank and you smoked a little bit? Oh, you were asking for it.
I see. So where does the future for this go? I mean, you said you're doing a lot of indoor rock climbing. Sometimes you do the outdoor. Are you you're getting better? Are you feeling like there's bigger challenges you want to overcome?
Oh yeah. I mean, like obviously every time you climb, the routes are like in order of difficulty, and you always want to climb one that's harder than the highest one you've climbed before. But like they've got some routes out there that are exciting, and they've got, I don't know, Free Solo was like an Oscar-winning movie recently about climbing, and the route that guy climbs. Damn, I want to climb that.
I don't know if I saw that. I saw some other rock climbing thing, but it was, I don't know, some guy going up El Capitan. Does that mean anything to you?
That's the one I'm talking about right now. So.
Oh shit! Maybe I saw that movie. I
That's
just
the
didn't know
same
the
thing.
title. All right, cool, nice.
That guy climbed it without ropes on. He's gonna die at some. He's got like maybe 5 years left before he fucks up.
You know, there's no invincible rock climber. There's no rock climber that's so good that they just can't be bested by the earth.
Well, I mean, most of the guys have ropes, and those help a lot. All of the guys who don't have ropes, eventually they just die.
Is that so? So for you, in enjoying this hobby, ropes are essential.
I definitely not interested in dying.
No.
And I know the track record of these guys.
So that's good. So you get the exercise, you get the game thing. You don't have the imminent fear of death. So that's not part of it for you. It's not about the rush. It's fun.
It's fun, yeah. It's like a puzzle. Every time you find a new wall, it's like a puzzle, and they're like little secret tricks that you have to find. You have to suss out of the wall.
Did you ever play that Flash game? I don't actually know if it's a Flash game. That internet game, QWOP.
Quap? Mm-hmm.
And then they made a sequel. Quap was that game where you're like you're the track
Getting
star.
Over It?
Yeah. No,
Oh, yeah.
no, wait. Getting Over It, that's that other game. That's like the guy with the hammer, right?
Yeah. That's by the guy who made Quap.
Really?
Yeah, same guy.
Okay, I didn't know that. But there was another game in between those games, maybe
In
called like
between.
GURP or something, and it was specifically a rock climbing game where you're like all the different holds had different keys on the keyboard, and it was a matter of like trying to press the different keys all at the same time and like get the different holds and shit. I think it's called GURP.
I'll have to look into that because I'm a big fan of the guy who makes these games.
I had no idea actually that Getting Over It was the same guy who did Quap.
Yeah.
That sort of makes
It
sense.
really is. It kind of tracks, doesn't it?
Yeah. All right, hey dude, it's great talking to you. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to finally be on.
Hell yeah. You have a great
Hope to talk to you
weekend.
sometime else.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a good weekend, dude.
See you, mate.
Bye. I think it's called GURP. Let me look this up real quick. GURP? Oh yeah, it's called GURP. GIRP. From the maker of Quap.
Call from
Kyle.
Kyle.
Hey, how's it going?
Yo, dude, what's up?
Not much. I'm actually looking at my hobby right now.
Oh, what is it?
Magic the Gathering card game.
Aha. Yes. I'm familiar.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying I'm familiar. That's my entire thought.
Fair. Good thought. I got super into it over Rona lockdown, right? Because I hit like this really low place where I was just in my home all the time, not doing anything. And some of my friends got into it, and I used to play like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon a lot when I was a kid. So it was natural for me to start, spending a lot of money again on sealed packs and cracking them and having a good time. And now I have like this giant ass collection that's almost too daunting to start looking through.
So all right, so how deep does your hobby go? Are you playing with friends? Or are you doing like the tournaments and championships, that sort of thing, or where are you at?
No, I play a casual format called Commander, and it's 100 cards in the deck.
I'm losing you. I'm losing you. You sound like you went underwater for a second there. You back?
You sounded like you went underwater for a second. I thought it was, yeah. Well, anyways, the point is you just sit down with this big deck for like 3 or 4 hours with your friends and have a good time. It's like a pizza night kind of game.
I played I don't know shit about Magic. My older brother was trying to get me into it at one point. But I was playing a couple Commander games with some of the boys, the call-in boys on the stream.
Hell yeah.
It's pretty fun. I mean, I came in last and third out of fourth. Like, all the times we played, third and last.
Yeah.
So in that,
nothing wrong with that. I lose all the time.
How do you deal with that? How do you do? Are you not a competitive man? I mean, for me, when I lose, I can't help but hurt. It hurts me. It makes me angry. It makes me angry.
Well, the thing is, like, you can't. I've learned not to take it too personally. Like, I used to get pretty upset, but I was also still in, like, that really low depressive pit, right? So, like, negative emotions are swirling all around. But, like, I started school back up. I'm in my last year. I'm getting ready to actually start my career and everything. So I'm feeling really good about myself. So when I lose anymore now, it's like, well, it was fun to build the deck. It was fun because I'm still playing with my friends, Like, you can't be pissed off that much if you lose at a board game or something. I just kind of like save that energy and channel it into whenever I inevitably fuck up at Magic.
Dude, that's what you say. You can't be mad at losing a board game. But in fact, I have data. I have personal data that says different. No, I mean, it's just fucking, yay. It's just losing. I hate it. That's a weird thing when you're learning a new thing, a new game or something. There's that period of time where like you're you don't know the ins and outs like everyone else does. There's like the learning period.
Oh yeah, and Magic is really tough for that because this game's been going for like 30 years. So there's like 20,000 unique cards. It can get really overwhelming for new players just to learn all the little mechanics and stuff.
Right, and I'm terrible at reading all those little cards. Ugh.
Oh yeah, a ton of text. Like I'm looking at one of my cards right now, and like there's like half a page on here. You know?
It's
a lot.
What's your deck style? I don't claim to understand what you're about to say, but for those who play Magic, explain to us your deck style.
No, I'll keep it simple. See, here's part of the reason I don't like. Here's part of the reason I guess why I don't take losing too hard is because I try and play the villain at the table. Mm-hmm. So I always run like villainous tribes, which are a coalition of the same type of creature. So right now I'm looking at my zombie deck, right? Mm-hmm. And I play it like I'm really mean. So I'm stealing cards from my friends, from my opponents, and I'm using them on my side of the table. I'm playing a lot of destroy spells and counter spells, so they can't even get their stuff out. So I lose pretty quickly generally because I'm always having a lot of fun doing the real mean villain stuff. So like all my decks revolve around that kind of thing, controlling the board and doing schemes.
And you also probably get to play that up a little bit, like being the villain of the table.
Oh, yeah. There's this one big villain in the lore called Nicol Bolas. He's this big dragon guy. And you can run him as a commander. So, of course, I do. And, yeah, I'm absolutely being that mustache-twirling villain when I'm sticking around, cracking shit at my friends. It's in good fun. But I really try and play that role. Yeah.
Nice. So this has been a way to, hang out with friends for you, it seems like.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good way to connect with the people that I knew I could trust to be safe and everything when Rona was happening. And now that it's kind of like died down a little bit on restrictions and stuff, I could start going to like the game shops and everything again and hanging out with new people and trading cards and collecting and all that.
Oh, so you play in person? You don't do a virtual hangout?
No, I have a good group of friends here in town that I just like go to their apartment and they all three live together and we have like the game room, which is just like a couple white tables that we folded out with a bunch of boxes of Magic cards everywhere.
Nice. When I've played before, as I was talking about, that was all tabletop simulator, Discord voice chat sort of thing. None of the people that I know who play it are in my vicinity, except my brother, or my older brother. I don't want to play that. That's too much work. Yeah.
No, that's pretty rad though. I didn't know you could run that on a tabletop sim.
Hell yeah, you sure can. It's fun. All right, hey man, thanks for calling in. It's great talking to you.
Yeah, have a good stream.
All right, thanks, bro. Have a good weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, Magic. Oh, shit. See, now the calls are coming in.
From Desiree.
Desiree!
Hola, hello.
Yo, what's up?
Not much. How about you?
Nothing at all. This is your first time calling in, eh? You've called in before, but never gotten through.
It's true. It's like Grayson said earlier, it's been a struggle, but it's been worth it.
Now you're here, yes. So this is your moment.
Oh my gosh, excited!
Yeah, exactly.
My heart is skipping a beat, but I'm not going to die. I promise.
Don't screw this up. All right, Desiree, what are your hobbies? What do you want to talk to us about in terms of your hobbies?
Oh my gosh, my hobbies! I have way too many because they all stem from my coping mechanisms. So, but I do quite a lot. But recently, I've revisited one of my old hobbies, which is ballet folklorico, the Mexican folk dancing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with the big giant skirts, and then we also have the flamenco dancing, the sexy one. With the cousin,
right.
Yeah.
How do you do that? How do you get into that? Is there a group? Is there a facility for such dances?
Yes, down here in South Texas, there are plenty of them. In fact, I got in touch with my old teacher from back in the day when I first started doing this, and she is basically just teaching me, and just whenever she can. It's nothing official, but she's hoping to get one of her daughters to reopen a school. So we're hoping.
How do you learn this? I've never been to a dance class. What is it? What is a dance class actually like?
A dance class is a lot. It's a lot of stretching at first, and then just doing the steps over and over and over again, and just kind of getting that muscle memory in you, while at the same time learning how to feel the music through your body. That way you can get that rhythm down, so you can feel it in your soul, and it goes out through your limbs and into your toes and your fingers and everything. And you learn the choreography, and you just work a lot.
So you're learning moves one after the other, yeah?
Yes.
And there's a lot of people there.
And you got to try to make sure on them, yeah.
So yeah, well, how do they teach you that last part, the feeling it? How does that work? Do you just have like freestyle moments where you're listening to the music and you're doing something? How do you feel it in your soul first?
God, it's how do you feel in your soul first? Well, you kind of have to. Well, don't close your eyes. I mean, a lot of people say close your eyes, but don't, because you'll crash and hurt yourself. So don't do that. But once you feel it, and then you just put your arms up. Put your arms up, and always bend a little at the knee, because that makes the movements a lot easier and you don't hurt yourself as much. And just, I mean, I'm going to fucking say it. Just swing those hips.
I'm doing it right now. I wish there was a video, because I'm doing it. I'm dancing the flamenco. My arms are up. My hips are moving.
And then, twirl your wrists around, kind of like bring your pinky in, and like, just go for it. And then, don't even worry about the feet. The feet comes next. That's the more technical aspect of this. But the actual just getting your body moving, that's what you want.
Dude, what does a man do? Are there men in this class?
There are.
Do they do the same thing? Arms up, flick the wrists, move the hips?
They don't do as much. It's the sad thing is, for the men in ballet folklorico, they mainly are doing the footwork, and they have their hands behind their backs.
Ooh. Okay.
So
I'm adjusting.
Yeah. But they do put their arms up when they're approaching the lady. So they'll be like, they'll have their, like, let's say that your lady's at your right side. They put their left arm up, and they put their right arm down, and they're just like furiously approaching them with their very very masculine, very powerful steps.
Right. I wish that was just how it worked generally. Like there was a symbolic approach where a woman could know, like, I'm coming over now. I'm about to do something. Get ready. Like, here's my pose to warn you.
Like birds.
Birds?
Like the birds.
Yeah, right, sure. They have like the dance and the song and all that.
That would actually make things a lot easier. You could be like, okay, yeah, definitely that dude's into me. Let's just see what he's got.
Right,
Instead of just the whole
there could be just right. There could be a normal, casual approach, and then the romantic approach. You've got both one hand in the air, one hand underneath. You're moving your feet in a certain way.
And a rose in your teeth helps.
Oh, that makes it very obvious. All right.
Yeah.
So you've been learning. How long have you been doing this?
I've only just started doing this about 3 months ago. Sadly, there are no open schools right now where I'm at. But like I said, I got in touch with my former teacher. She actually ran into my mother at my mom's church. So I was like, my mother around her there. So I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get back into that.
This is anti-church dancing, though, right?
It is. Kind of.
This is not the sort of dancing that they do during the hymns and the psalms.
It should be. Well, have you ever been to a Mexican Catholic church?
No. Do they? Do they do this?
Oh, They definitely, well, I mean, probably not during the Mass, but after the Mass or at certain church functions. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of that. And there's a lot of mariachi music that they play during the services.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's more of a party. It's kind of, it's very reverent, but the musical parts are the parts where it's like, no, that's the soul. I'm a very bad Catholic, by the way, but I'm down with the culture of it.
Yeah, you said church is like a reverent party.
Yes, it's a reverent party.
You ever go out dancing yet? You're talking about the classes, but maybe you and your classmates say, "Hey, let's take this to the bar. Let's do a dance for the public."
Ooh, we should. We usually do We've usually done recitals, and I do try to incorporate the moves when I'm out in the club, but it's a little different because I don't have a skirt, so usually because we have those giant skirts that you just flail around.
That's part of it. You being able to, you have like this big prop around your legs.
Exactly. Yeah, I've got a white dress, and I've got these. The colors are like the Roy G. Biv colors, and
the whole visual spectrum.
Whole visual spectrum of the rainbow, and that skirt is heavy. It's heavy, like it's a big old weight space, and you have to pick it up from the bottom and just whip that thing around as much as you can, and just create this amazing rainbow of colors.
Dude, you ever seen West Side Story?
Oh yes.
You know, like the dance they do in the "I Like to Be in America" song. They're like whipping the big skirts around.
That is exactly it.
Yeah, hell yeah! I'm on board. I'm way on board.
I should just go to the club like that and be like, let's just go, exactly. Guys. And
especially if you have a posse of people, like you can all show up wearing the kind of idiosyncratic clothes, the club clothes that aren't quite club clothes. You could take over the whole damn club. You can make it a flamenco club for a few minutes.
This is a great idea. Just
all right, nice.
Like Dancing with the Stars meets flamenco. I mean, they do incorporate that in Dancing with the Stars or whatever. But it's a lot better when you have the actual costumes and actually like a whole group of people together, because that makes it more impressive. Because when they're doing that footwork, it's like what is that? Michael Flatley, Lord of the Dance. I don't know, but if you have a bunch of people,
you need that group so everyone can be like going like doing the noises to it. Yeah, to announce that the dancing is about to begin.
Dancing, clapping, stomping, hips moving. Dude. It's great.
Hell yeah. Hey, thanks for calling in, Desiree.
Thanks for having me. You have a good one.
Hey, you too. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Okay.
Nice. Dancing, flamenco. I keep thinking calypso, but I think that's something else. What? Wait, I just called someone on an accident.
Hello?
Wait, is this Desiree again?
Yes, this is me again.
All right, sorry. I called you on accident. I'm sorry.
It's all good. I was like, wait a second. Okay, all right, have a good one.
Okay, bye. Good
Bye.
night. Okay, all right. Jesus Christ. All right. I meant to click this button. We're going to take a quick break. Be back in 5-ish minutes or so, and they'll be taking more calls when we get back. Yeah. The music is from Krezno. The music is from Krezno. The link is in the description to Krezno's Bandcamp. Check it out if you're interested. Here's some more by him. Okay. We're back. What are the boys doing?
Yeah, we should probably do that sometime so that everyone know how bad the Mr. the Minute Hour is at tabletop games. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, and
What?
we were talking about playing tabletop with you and how, your attention span is like literally 15 seconds.
You're really bad, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard for me.
Yeah.
I don't have a diagnosable mental problem, but it's hard for
You
me.
haven't been to the doctor yet, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, if I went to the doctor with my tabletop simulator results, I feel like they would give me some sort of diagnosis.
They'd put you down, dude.
Out of shame? They'd be ashamed of me?
Yeah, that
Like,
dude can't even play
doctor.
Magic. Doesn't understand a card game.
It's
one of the
hard
most
for me.
simplest card games. Reading the card explains
That's
the card.
not true. The simplest card game is War.
No,
Nah,
you're just really bad at
that game sucks.
board games, card games.
You've only played one? Okay, wait. Actually, we played a couple card games. I don't think I've ever won. What was the other game we played?
Eldritch Horror or Carcassonne?
Yeah, that one made me really pissed.
I think you actually won that one.
I did?
Yeah.
You accidentally won that one.
Oh, I remember it differently. I remember being angry the whole time.
Yeah, because you were losing, and at the very end, you won accidentally.
Good.
And then you just
might
like
have dropped the meeple on like some
like,
huge
yeah.
land. Or
yeah,
something
you
on
accidentally
accident.
got a bunch of shit, and then you shat on me for weeks, buddy.
Hey, I don't remember. I'm a sore loser and a sore winner, so either way, someone's getting shat on.
It's like tabletop games aren't even his hobby. When he wins, it destroys us, and then he doesn't even remember it.
How
Now I had to explain that shit. I had to be like, okay, and then you drop your people there. Oh no,
That's what
I
I
just
like.
do something randomly.
No, that's what I like on the first time we play a game, Lordy, because you explain all the rules and you tell me what to do, and sometimes I win, I guess.
Yeah, but you don't listen most of the time.
You know, I want to go my
Obviously, he
own
doesn't
way.
need to. He just kind of wins naturally.
I have
That's
my
just
own.
it's just
You haven't played
talent.
Magic with him.
Oh.
I have my own special strategy for Magic. Is go hard in the beginning and don't worry about the ending so much. It goes on 10 minutes too long. I'm like winning at one point, and then I realize that I haven't planned enough for the future.
The strategy is basically attack everyone but regular Australian guy because he knows how to play the game, and then he gets ahead and destroys everyone.
Dude, that's the stuff. That's the fucking sociology, bro.
We played with Teratoma once, and he also knows how to play the game, so...
I was doomed.
You're doomed because you're always way too aggressive.
Not me, aggressive. I hardly ever attack anyone, dude.
That's right. Actually, nobody's aggressive enough. That's the issue.
No,
usually.
that's the thing is because you're good. I'm not going to attack you. The other player usually is even less experienced than I am. And then the other player sometimes is Mr. the Minute Hour, who is the least, no experience. I was doing okay on that one. Then my power went out and my computer shut down.
Oh, sure. Hey, I play on intuition. I play on intuition. I don't need strategy.
And then Teratoma's laptop overheated and he couldn't play.
Oh yeah. Nobody has a good computer. What the shit?
Fucking Teratoma crash every other minute.
On Tabletop Simulator?
Yeah. I gifted it to him, and then because he said he's playing Magic with us, and he could play for like 20 minutes at a time, and then his computer overheated.
Dude, I'm gonna start using that. When I reach the point where the tipping point where I start to lose horribly, I'm just gonna torch my computer.
Oh, we should play more like cooperative games where I can tell you what you do and you're like just
we should do something like that.
Idea.
I'll do whatever is the right move. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it.
We should do some like Shadows over Camelot or something like that. Yeah.
The hell is that?
That's a game, Mr. The Minute Hour. That's a cooperative game, and we will teach you how to play it when the time comes. Okay? Comes.
All right. I won't think about it until then. That's I don't prepare. I don't know. You guys like probably prepare with your friggin' decks. You're looking up the synergies and all that shit. I play on intuition. I do what feels right. I don't read the text of the cards. I just look at the image.
Cool pictures, yeah.
Cool.
That's why we play Magic. Yeah, cool pictures.
Yeah. No, we could play Midara. That's probably fun. That's basically, a game where you play a JRPG on a board game, and then you just, you can make your own character, and you can make it grow wings and shit. And you fight cooperatively, so you can tell Mr. Minotaur, no, you move here. Yes, play that card, please, okay?
You can grow wings? Can you grow like devil horns too? Can you go both ways?
No devil horns. We're talking like the black crystal level sort of wings.
Huh?
The dark crystal.
The Jim Henson movie?
Yes, that's the level of wings you get in that game, okay?
No, I think we're talking about the French TV series Wings Club.
The Paul McCartney band? Wings?
Did they ever make anything good other than that one Band on the Run song? Who gives a shit about Paul McCartney's band after the Beatles?
Right. This is the only other Wings that I knew of. Just wanted. All right, fine. I just wanted to contribute, and I didn't.
It's all right. I'll teach you a board game sometime, and then you can show all of your viewers that you actually understand board games.
Yeah, that's what they want to see. They want to see me playing board games. They probably do want to see me losing. They don't want to see me winning. I don't believe that I won Carcassonne. I feel like you're just trying to make me feel better. To try to lure me back in.
You did win and you were upset about winning. That's what I remember.
If I won, it was
why the fuck did I win? I don't understand this. This is shit.
If I won, it was because of Lordy, and that's probably what I was upset by, was that I won not by my own powers.
Yeah, probably Lordy like whispered into your ear, just like, "Hey, don't be a retard. Do this."
For and
then you went, "Oh yeah, I guess I'll do that thing, the non-retard thing."
Hey, that's
then
the
you
rule.
did it, and you won.
That's the rule of board games. Before your hand leaves the piece, it's still a valid play, and anybody can tell you any advice they want before then. So there maybe was a time where I was placing a piece, and Lordy said, "Hey, that's maybe not the best play there," and I listened.
Wow, first time. Good job.
Yeah, and I won. Oh, maybe I'll do that more often.
A regular experience playing board games with you. Yeah.
Yeah, make some more time so we can play some more Tabletop Simulator and whoop your ass, dude.
Yes. We're also not sponsored by Tabletop Simulator yet.
No, yeah, we all paid for that out of pocket.
Yeah, but if someone who is developing Tabletop Simulator is listening to the stream, I would very much like to be sponsored by Tabletop Simulator.
Just forget that I used
play tabletop games online.
Forget that I used the word retard like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, that was an accident.
Forget that.
Moxie never used that word. That was
I'm a good boy.
Slip of the tongue. Hey, do you guys? Yeah. When I was younger, played lots of board games with my family, and we were all too competitive.
Those were probably shit.
I mean, they're
old board games are shit.
They were the normal ones, like fucking Monopoly and Trouble and yeah.
Did you know that Monopoly was intentionally made to be bad?
Why? What does that mean?
Well, no, the dude who invented Monopoly made it to show that capitalism is shit. No joke. That he wanted to show how unfair capitalism is.
But all he showed was how fun capitalism is.
It's not. It's really not fun though.
Monopoly?
Yeah, it sucks shit.
Yeah, I don't think anybody has fun playing Monopoly.
Why? What? When I was playing Monopoly as a kid, it was fun, but also everyone would get in my family would get very upset with each other because like we would start doing trading like halfway through the game, and people would start making unfair trades, and you know, everyone got upset by that.
Yeah,
that's why I hate Monopoly too.
That's typical.
But it was, you know, we vowed at some point to never play Monopoly again because it would invariably end up in shouting and anger.
But would you say that was a good experience?
It taught me what I didn't enjoy, which is board games with people. Because people who are like me. Board games with people who are like me. Because...
No good.
With you guys, you know, it's not, you know, it's more fun. It's less... I still get angry, though.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Sometimes I get real sour, and I just stop talking for a half an hour because I'm just like, these fucking guys, they just invited me here to toy with me. They just wanted to destroy me in front of others. Do you guys ever feel like
in front
that?
of each other, not others, each other? Like
There's
we band
one
together.
other.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but I mean, we still can, I don't know, play cooperative. Remember Eldritch Horror, where we tried to save the world from some Eldritch Horror?
Right, that was a co-op game.
Yeah, we can play more co-op games. I can teach you.
You can be the runt of the team instead of just a bad player.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to feel like the weak link either. All right, hey, Toner. You ever play board games with your friends or family? What's your feeling on board games or card games?
So yeah. So I've got Magic cards. You know, I'm kind of, you know how like some people are like communal smokers, or like only smoke when other people are smoking. That's me with Magic, right? I'm only playing Magic if friends are playing Magic, and even then I usually have bad experiences because we'll play like Commander, and then like I'll be looking at my hand for like 10 minutes, be like, what the hell am I gonna do? And then, you know, 20 minutes go by and it's my turn again, and I do my thing in 5 seconds, and then it's like another 20 minutes until it's my turn. I have no idea what the fuck is going on, and I can't pay attention long enough, and I just die first and then sit there for like an hour. So that's my experience with Magic and things of that nature.
Similar position to me then.
Yeah, I'm on the no board game, no card game party here.
Oh shit!
I am also when it comes to when it comes to Monopoly, usually I am pressured into making bad trades, and then I pay for it in the end because I'm a pushover. And I do not survive well in these circumstances. Then I just lose.
But that's what Monopoly teaches you about cutthroat capitalism. You got to make those trades. You got to force those trades. You got to lean on people and make them feel bad.
Oh yeah. You got to convince me that I'm benefiting from this trade, when in reality I'm just going to get curb stomped in 2 turns by the property that I just gave you.
This is the
That's
beauty
how it goes.
of Monopoly.
Oh,
Monopoly
and I'll
hurts
still
people.
play it begrudgingly, but
I haven't played it in probably maybe like a decade. It's been a while. We used to get in constant arguments about it, my family. Playing Monopoly, we swore it off entirely.
See, the thing is, I haven't sworn it off yet, and I'm still like cautiously optimistic every time. Like, oh, maybe this game, you know, will be fun, and I'll like make some good, well-informed business decisions. And then, of course, I disappoint myself.
You know, fucking. Oh yeah, go on, Lordy.
No, I was just gonna recommend buying Tabletop Simulator, and
wait, are you sponsored now?
Maybe someone approached me. No, unironically, playing these board games online is really good experience, especially with other people you might know from, you know, some Discord or something. We play
Some-
Magic
some
like once a
board games-
week because we're fucking nerds.
That is fair. I mean, I will say some board games are better than others and are more enjoyable. Like cooperative ones, like you mentioned, when I don't feel bad about getting my shit kicked in. And did you say Shadows over Camelot was cooperative?
It's to a degree, yeah.
Okay,
Like we always played it cooperatively. Like you could have it where like one person ends up being like on the other side is trying to sabotage, but we're just like, yeah, we don't want to do that because it's, you know, you're like, I'd rather fight against the game instead of like one guy at the table trying to like backstab everyone.
That sounds great. I want to do
it's
that.
A good one. It's a good one. It's complicated, but it's good.
I want to be the
I'm looking at
backstabber.
this. It's got like a billion different pieces and cards and stuff. I got another Arthurian board game as a gift from a friend. It's called Lancelot, and it had like a billion different rules and pieces, and I just felt so inundated by this robust game that I just was paralyzed and did not know what to do.
Dude, that's constant. Every time I play with my buddies, they'll be like, hey, I have a couple friends who are like really into the tabletop shit and they keep buying games. Like, hey, let's play this one game, something of Mars, some Mars game. And then like two of them are reading the
Terraforming
rules.
Mars?
There was some Mars game.
Yeah, because I never understood how that works, and I
Like,
played it with
dude,
some
I don't
people. It's
know.
like fucking hell.
It's
like
complicated. Like
oh,
whatever
if
it
you
was,
don't
I
pick
remember,
the card like right away, you get fucked by some other person because you know you focused on the wrong terraforming. You didn't go onto the echo terraforming. You went to the oxygen terraforming, and now you're fucked for life.
Okay, here's the thing. I don't remember how the game works exactly, but I remember the first time I played it, I was 1 point away from winning, and it was because the guy who owned the game did not describe the rules effectively. Because there's something about like whatever the the little cubes of whatever the shit are worth one at the end, whatever it is, like that was not explained to me. And like if I was like trying to figure out how to make the points through all like using my cards and all that shit, if I had been like, oh, I could have just like banked this shit up and I would have won. You asshole! I would have won the game. That sort of thing. Those complicated games, man, like half the time we get the rules wrong.
See, this is why you gotta make your own house rules. I made house rules for like Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff because that made more sense as a kid.
Yeah, we do a shit ton of house rules. We're just like, hey, this shit's bullshit. So we're gonna change that, right? Yeah,
There you
we're
go.
gonna change that.
You just gotta play a cooperative board game so you can just be like, whatever, fuck the rules. Let's just do whatever we feel like. Like we had a lot of, we played Gloomhaven, and that's like, there is a campaign in there. And it took us like 1.5 years to finish this board game.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Well, there's like individual sessions and you play like a map or something. And
Sounds
then
like
you...
a Warhammer.
Yeah, dude.
Kinda. It feels like Warhammer, but it's amazing overall. But we just, we decided, okay, it's not fun for us as a group of 4 people to do it this way, so we'll just do it a different way, which is the best way to play.
What's that one? There's a game that's got like some pandemic thing, and they have like
It's called Pandemic.
Oh, it is. It's just called Pandemic. Okay. Yeah, I remember playing that with some of my friends, and it took us, I think, like 2 or 3 years to finish the game. Because we used to all get together like once a week or whatever and have game nights, and then it expanded, and then we had to have more casual game nights, and then 2 of us moved to Minnesota from California, and we couldn't do the game, and then there was 4 of us. A third one moved to Minnesota, but like 150 miles away. And then we had to finish everything when the one from California came to visit Minnesota, and we all got together and drove 150 miles to meet the one down in southern Minnesota who was 150 miles away and play 3 of the months or whatever. Like it took us like 3 years to finish this one game, and then we're like, we're never doing that shit ever again.
You fucking gamers, you bored gamers. Aren't you ashamed of yourself?
Oh, sorry, we have hobbies. We don't just walk around drinking all the time.
Wrong person shouts at people with actual hobbies.
What do these hobbies do for you? What do you get out of this? What, social interaction? Some sort of you get to form the social hierarchy. You get to decide, hey, this guy's not good at this game. He's the butt of the joke for tonight. I don't agree with that.
Well, I mean,
there's a brotherhood, okay, dude? There's a brotherhood. You form a brotherhood, and if you're not part of it, you ain't a brother, okay?
And the thing is, you don't have to be bad at the game. You could have just listened.
All right. I've had enough. I've had enough of this. All right, hey, boys.
Hold on. Wait.
Okay, what?
Have any of you guys ever played the Mad Magazine game? The board game?
I had no idea there was a Mad Magazine board game.
That was one of my childhood board games. We played that more than Monopoly, more than any of that other shit. The Mad Magazine board game is dope.
Why?
Play it.
Why? What? You had to buy it? It wasn't mailed out by Mad Magazine, I assume.
I assume. I mean, my entire life it's been around. So my dad bought it, or my grandpa bought it, or whatever the shit. Like we had like 200 Mad Magazines in boxes that my grandpa and my dad bought over the years. They were into that shit. But like we had the Mad Magazine game. It's very fun. It's like, it's kind of got the energy of those party games, but without being totally gay.
What party games? Like Cards Against Humanity?
Yeah, like all that shit where they're like, ooh, run around the table and act like a chicken. And it's like, ooh, it's funny. You did something embarrassing in front of everyone. It's kind of like that, but more like tongue-in-cheek. Mad Magazine.
Dude, I got Mad Magazine for a couple of years when I was a kid. And
no good, because that was what, the 90s?
Right, well, not even like the early 2000s type period.
Bullshit period.
It was all puns. Everything was a pun. Every joke.
Oh, dude, I feel so lucky growing up to having those 200 Mad Magazines and boxes where it's just like we had some stuff from the 50s, like late 60s, a lot, like all the 70s, some 80s. And then some of the 90s, which is where it started to go down. Like, that's where I learned most of my, like that's where I got a lot of my sense of humor, is reading all that shit. Like,
where'd they
all
go?
those decades.
Do you still have them?
They're, actually, I don't know where they are now. I don't know where they are. Yeah, I don't know. We've moved around so much. I'm not sure where they ended up.
All right, well, find them. Find them, Moxie.
Okay, but you gotta play Mad Magazine game sometime, okay?
I'll play it. Do you have it still?
Yeah, shit, we should have played it when you were visiting.
Yeah,
Next time. All
right, good. All right, boys, I'm gonna take some more calls now.
Okay.
Yeah, hey. It's good talking to you.
By
I'll be
the
back
way-
in like an hour. Yes?
1 second. Mad Magazine game is on Tabletop Simulator.
Oh shit!
Oh my god.
Shit.
That doesn't make any sense, because there's some cards where you have to like walk around the table with the card on your head.
Well,
We
it
can do
is
that.
on Tabletop Simulator.
Okay, well, yeah. Good enough. Close enough.
Good.
Hell
good.
yeah.
All right. See you in an hour, boys.
Okay, yeah, go to hell.
Hey,
Okay, bye.
Bye.
He didn't mean that. Hey, Moxie didn't mean that. He doesn't want me to go to hell. He wants me, if he does want me to go to hell, he wants me to come back for the end of the show where I can talk to the boys again, right? I'm not going to think about it too hard. Okay, we're doing the show. Call in 518-288-7938. The lines are open. The line, rather. The one line is open. I apologize in advance for all the people who call in and then they don't get through. There's lots of calls that come in that don't get through, and That's just the nature of the show. That's how it works. I try to call back people if Google is being a dip, which it kind of is right now. I'm getting lots of calls. Nothing's coming in. I'm going to give it like 5 more seconds here. I'm going to conjure this burp right here. Oh, one more. Okay. Is there one more? Internal burp. Okay, good. We're back.
Call from
Jared.
Jared.
Holy shit, it is the man.
Yo, dude, what up?
Not much. How are you doing today, brother?
Doing great. Doing swell. Doing the call-in show. Have you been listening to the show, or are you just calling in?
Oh, I have definitely been listening. I've been hearing, some talks about drugs and hobbies and things of that nature.
That's right. So what did you have a hobby you wanted to share with us?
Well, I got a lot of hobbies. You know, over the years, I've done a lot of dumb shit as well. But, like right now, I mostly just do music. I make like hip hop and I play acoustic guitar, but I also play incremental games on the internet.
Like, what is that? Like Cookie Clicker?
Well, no, there's when you really get into the genre, there's a lot more sophisticated games. Like one, for instance, that I've been playing a lot is called Synergy, and it is a vast plethora of shit that's involved. But, it does start off as, roughly a clicking game, but then, you start to get into automatic, like, purchasing and things of that nature. But, I've been playing it for over a month, and I don't even think I'm halfway through the game.
But, like, so an incremental game, as you said, that's, like, similar to an idle game like that, where you're trying to get extra points, like, you're trying to get that going automatically?
Definitely. When you start off, just to take Synergy again as an example, like once you start getting further along into the game, and don't get me wrong, you can walk away at any time and you come back, and yeah, you will have made some progress. But of course, if you're playing actively, you get way further in the game. But it's just very complex. I know the dude that makes it, he's like going like MIT or some shit like that. Some fancy pants, intelligent shit that's above my level.
Yeah, what about it is different from, let's just say, Cookie Clicker? Because that's the one that, when I was in college, that was like a popular idle game, and I remember getting sucked into that at one point. What makes it different?
Well, it is still more like a text-based kind of ASCII type game. Mm-hmm. But, as you progress, you begin to unlock categories of things, and then they start to introduce challenges, and it uses tons of formulas. I'm doing a terrible job of explaining it, to be quite honest with you, but it enraptures my time.
I'm getting a bit of an idea of it. Is it something you play on your phone or on your computer?
Oh, I do it on my computer. I just run it on my laptop, and I just bring my laptop with me to work. And yeah.
Is it sort of like, this is like a time-killing hobby then?
Yeah. Well, like, for my job, I'm actually a tank mechanic. I work on fucking AAVs or Amtraks for the Marine Corps. And so I also, I do mechanical, like right now at work, one of my coworkers has been bringing in a little a motor, like a gas-powered bicycle that we've been working on. And yeah, so when, we're not doing shit like that, it's just something to kill the time in the background.
Sure. How long have you been playing it then? Like, this is something that's just a newfound hobby, or is this something you've been doing for a long time?
Just about a month. I think I've been playing incremental games for the better part of like 5 or 6 months. I mean, I right now at any given time, I'm playing like roughly 3 or 4. Like there's one called Cavernous 2 that I play, which is basically just a mining game where you start off and it really doesn't give you much information. And you just kind of have to figure out that you have only so much energy. You got to try and get to these gold little squares, mine those, take them to a vaporizer, and then go to mana rocks, which give you energy, and mine those. And there's little tiny challenges inside of that game as well. There's different realms that you can get to that make it more challenging. You know, there's a bunch of random little shit. Again, just time killing shit.
Are you a gamer generally? Are you spending a lot of time on games, or is it this genre of games particularly that you're into?
Oh, I've played games shit all my life. I mean, I was born in the late 80s, and I grew up with you know, an NES in the household, an SNES, Sega Genesis, 8-bit, a 16-bit, you know, just all throughout the years. But as I'm getting older, I don't know. I don't really have as much time to spend like 12 hours grinding out on one game. So it just becomes a hell of a lot easier to just play little games, like idle games that I could just jump into at random times when I have time.
Right. And you also kind of get the good feeling of like, even when you're not playing, you're earning.
Yeah, you know, it gives you some slight dopamine, you know, release, some serotonin, massaging of the brain, if you will.
Mm-hmm. What about you know, what else are you doing? Hey, what else are you doing? You're working on tanks. God bless you. You're doing incremental gaming. What else you got going on? You got any other hobbies that you're spending your free time on, or is it just your work and your games, and then, you know, feeding yourself and going to sleep, that sort of thing?
Oh, like I was saying, I make hip hop music as well.
Right.
Yeah, I've been doing that for about 15 years now. I was in high school when I first started writing music, and yeah.
How do you do that? What's your process? What do you make it in?
Mostly I use like Reaper as my digital audio workspace.
Yeah.
And I also use Adobe Audition, and then I have a little chain of recording equipment that I process everything through.
Do you record vocals, or are you making the beats?
Oh, no, I got buddies that make beats and grab them offline. Well, I pay for them. I don't steal them like a lot of people. But, yeah, I mostly record vocals, but I also, you know, I play guitar as well. So I have a microphone that I can record guitar playing with. But I don't know. My voice got really fucked up when I was like 22 because I started smoking cigars. And apparently I have something called GERD. GERD, which apparently what happens is it's like acid reflux, but when I was smoking cigars, it was constantly giving me heartburn, and I was just a fucking idiot and didn't know that it was giving me heartburn, and because I didn't know what it was. Like, if you've never had a heartburn, you're just like, my throat feels weird. It's like it's on fire. And
you were smoking cigars.
Kind of
they were causing you physical pain.
And I continued.
Good.
Oh, I'm a genius. You know, I'm very intelligent when it comes to things of that nature. You know, if I'm doing harm to my body, you know, fuck it. Let's keep it going until my body eventually is like, yo, dude, you need to stop now.
What brought you to cigars? Were you smoking some other thing first, and then you graduated to cigars, or what? How did you lead into that?
Well, so this was back in 2012, and I quit smoking cigarettes in 2009. And in like 2010, 2011, a couple buddies opened up a vape shop, and I said, you know what, fuck it, I'll check out these vapes that they got going on. And after puffing on those for about a year, I found that there's like a whole hobby of cigar collecting, and I wound up getting really deep into learning about, different countries and the soil that makes the cigars amazing. So I went really off the deep end. I tend to do that with hobbies, which honestly, your topic kind of really speaks to me.
You tend to get in hard. You once you find something you like, you do the whole research delve.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just a flash in the pan. Like, I mean, I was hard into cigars for about 2 months. I think it was about 3 weeks in that I realized that the cigars were causing the heartburn, and I started to ease off of them until I completely stopped like 2 months later. But by that point, I had already spent like $3,000.
My God. On cigars?
Yeah. I had gotten a custom cigar humidor built for me that costed like $700, and then I filled it with a shit ton of cigars off of a cigar forum. I had, Cubans and a lot of the more main named things. But and around that time, I had also gotten into shaving as a hobby, where you can literally go and spend like $1,000 on just buying a handle and a brush, because you get a certain brush that was made of a certain wood, and it has a certain like badger hair that's inside of it, or you wound up importing a Japanese handle, just a bunch of really dumb stuff that I wind up getting super into and then just fade out.
So as someone who has acquired the super special shaving kit with the Japanese badger handle, what was it worth it? Did you notice an appreciable difference?
I will say this. It was the best shave I've ever had in my life, and I look retarded as fuck without a beard. So I only did it for about a month and a half or two, and then I started growing my beard back out.
All right, good. So you got a taste of both sides there. You knew what it was to get the perfect shave, and also you realized that's not what you want at all.
Yeah, and it was kind of cool just being a part of those communities, because there's so many mundane things that if you want to, you can go down the rabbit hole and just fully immerse yourself in the community and learn as much as you possibly could want. But I'm the type of person that once I've learned about as much as I care to learn, I just kind of move on.
And what was the shaving community? Where were you getting these resources?
Actually, off of Reddit. I think the subreddit was Wicked Edge, which I think is separated by an underscore. Yeah.
Wicked Edge.
There's the Wicked Edge. And I think I stumbled upon it. I literally think I used the old Firefox extension Stumble Upon back like 7 or 8 years ago, and Classic. It brought me to that subreddit. Yeah. I've been a computer nerd since I was 8 years old, so yeah, I was definitely early adopter for a lot of technological things.
I remember being on like the in the high school computer lab using Stumble Upon to browse the web back 10.
And then hitting the proxy servers and wind up like blocking you because you're like, oh shit, I went to something I shouldn't on a school computer.
Yeah, well, that's like right towards the end of when I was in high school. They introduced or they acquired that technology in my high school where the librarians can look at your computer screen from like their computer.
A little remote access.
Right, and it would tell you. That was a good thing about it then. Was it would be like librarian 346 is watching you right now.
I think I remember that, and it had in the taskbar. It had an eye that would open up.
Yes, exactly.
Oh shit! That brings me back, sir. Fuck.
Yeah. Hey, dude, thanks for calling in. Appreciate talking to you.
Definitely. I really appreciated talking as well. I mean, I've listened a bunch, but this is my first time trying to call in today, and I'm glad that I got through, man. It was a joy talking to you and reminiscing.
Hell yeah, dude. You have a great weekend.
You as well, brother. Be safe, man. Have a good one.
All right, bye-bye. Nice. Yeah. Browsing the web in the computer lab. Senior year of high school. And the librarians finally had the technology to watch me. You could chat with them too, though. That was kind of the fun part.
Call from
Frankie.
Frankie.
Hey, what's up, man?
Yo, dog. Nothing much. How's it going with you?
Going pretty good. Got off of work this Friday evening. Hanging out at the house.
Nice. So we're talking about your hobbies today on the stream. Did you have any hobbies you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, the last caller kind of inspired me. I think I share a lot of stuff. I like to dive in pretty deep when it comes to my hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
One of the first ones I got into was children's motorcycles from the 70s and 80s.
Oh, whoa.
So, small displacement, they're easy to work on and they're cheap. I always joked I can afford 10 bikes. I can't afford 10 cars. So I have a shed full of old children's bikes from way back when. I like to fix them up and soup them up, and it's a lot of fun.
You work on these bikes to ride them or to sell them?
Both. I've made money on some, but I've lost money on most. It's not really a very profitable endeavor, but it's kind of a labor of love. And most groups or major cities in the U.S. have clubs that kind of share this passion. And once a year, we'll host big rallies, and 100+ people on children's bikes will take to major city streets and kind of shut down intersections. And it's a big weekend-long block party. It's a lot of fun.
I've never heard of such a thing. I feel like this would be national news if real life got shut down by a bunch of people doing a children's bike rally. But I've never heard of this before.
Yeah, you can check them out online. It's called Moped Army is the major organization, but it's just a bunch of silly, goofy guys that are into doing weird modifications on kind of forgotten, cheap, shitty bikes and making them way faster than they should have been and doing a bunch of weird custom tricks.
Does this happen around the U.S. or is this localized to
All
where
over
you
the
are?
US, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all over. I'm in the Southeast, so we have a few clubs in here, but I mean, every major city from Midwest, New York, East Coast, West Coast, Southwest, everybody's got a club, a couple in Canada, and it's a big national organization, but every major city has one, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. There's making bikes that were originally supposed to go 25 miles an hour, getting them up to 60, sometimes 70 miles an hour, and legally don't usually require any licensing or registration, so it's a fun little loophole to like make them fast as shit. And
are they they're not technically vehicles or something like that?
So the most, this varies state to state, but anything under 50 cc's, which is super small, is considered a moped. And a lot of states don't require any license or registration. So similar to the motorized bicycle our previous caller was talking about, it's kind of the same sort of thing. But if you do the right sort of tricks and, are able to fudge the system a little bit, you can get a lot of power out of a small displacement bike and go pretty fast.
What does 50cc mean?
So that refers to the size of the engine, and that's cc stands for cubic centimeter. So 50 cubic centimeters is it's a fraction of like a Dasani bottle. It's an extremely small sized engine. Most cars will be like multiple liters, so this is a tiny, tiny fraction. It's usually the smallest possible. Like a lot of weed whackers are maybe around 20 cc's, and children's bikes will be maybe 50 cc's. So that's kind of the engine term to describe the engine, but it's just really small and usually a lot cheaper and easier to work on, forgotten about by a lot of people because most people prefer bigger, faster bikes. So it's a entry-level, cheap, fun, custom hobby.
Gotcha. So what got you into this initially then? You've been working on other vehicles?
No, not really. I got into it when I was 13 years old, and I got my first bike. It was a French bike from the 70s in terrible shape, and kind of figured out how to work on it and fell in love with the process of working on it and breaking it. They're also really unreliable, so you kind of
it has to be a labor of love for you to be into it and have your bike running. You have to know how to work on it. So that's kind of a fun part of it. And I went to my first moped rally, and it was mainly like 20, 30-year-olds into like, you know, alcohol, weed, and cocaine and stuff. So like showing up to that scene at 13 with my own bike, like, holy shit, that I get into. But I fell in love with it. It's super fun and kind of never looked back.
So you've been doing this for that long then?
Yeah, I'm 22 now, so almost a decade. Yep. And I've had 30 plus bikes over the years, and they're a lot of fun. Like for the listeners at home, if you want to see like Puch Maxi, Puchmaxi, Puch Maxi, that's one of like the standard ones, so you can kind of see the sort of bike I'm talking about. But it's they're really great.
Yeah, do you share what you're working on all online, or is this all just strictly for your own personal benefit?
Some people kind of do more than others. Like people are into. For me, I just do it for fun. Don't really I don't have a social media for it or anything. But Moped Army is a forum, and there's a lot of guys on there that have guys and gals that have really cool custom bikes that put a lot of time and effort, money into. Other people, it's kind of a as cheap as possible, like MacGyver shitty tricks just to get it running, just to get it fast. That's kind of the other. It's kind of like a punk.
Yeah, how do you do it when you buy a bike? Is it a mix of both those things, where one time you buy a bike and you're just trying to get it running, another time you're trying to get it like as good as you can? Like how do you approach that?
Well, I'm usually on the shit end of the spectrum. I like to spend as little money as possible and have kind of a ratty sort of bike. I think that's more fun. There's usually more character. But every once in a while you see a good deal on a really clean bike, and it just kind of seems like a tragedy to mess it up with dumb, stupid tricks. So for a couple bikes I've had, I say, wow, this one's too nice to mess up with stupid trick stuff, so I'm going to keep it nice, spend some extra money, spend some time on it, and kind of do it justice if I can.
And do you take them out, or are you just waiting for the moped?
Usually wait for the rallies is what I do, just because they're, unless you have yours souped up, usually pretty slow, and again, they're really unreliable, so it's not a great daily driver. A lot of people enter the hobby thinking like, oh, this is a cheap form of transportation. I'm going to get from home to school or work or wherever. And they're really good on gas. This is going to be a super economical way to get around. And then 3 weeks after they buy it, they break down and they're all pissed off like, oh, fuck mopeds. I hate this.
Right.
But it's really, it's a labor of love thing. So I personally don't ever really ride unless I'm riding with a group. Sometimes a lot of cities have weekly rides with different clubs. It's kind of the club scene is almost a parody of the like Harley motorcycle gangs. It's because a lot of guys have like patches and group names and everything, but it's kind of a big joke because you're on a tiny silly little bike, but there's still this camaraderie and different people getting together, supporting each other, helping each other out. So
yeah, do they look like mopeds, like little motor scooters, like with the it's like that kind of a consistent frame design with what people consider to be motor scooters, like the Vespa sort of thing, or do they look like tiny motorcycles?
So it's scooters kind of it's a sore subject in the community, but scooters is its own sort of category. Okay. Mopeds stands for motorized, or motor pedals, kind of the abbreviation. Mm-hmm. So it's more like a girl's bicycle with kind of step-through design. You can get your legs across with pedals. Is kind of the quintessential moped. But a lot of them, the more sought-after ones, are like half-size motorcycles. So they see a picture of one, oh, that looks like a motorcycle, and then you see someone on it, like, well, that's way smaller than a motorcycle. So there's a couple different types. Some of the more sought-after ones look more like motorcycles, but they're definitely supposed to be for getting around maybe a college campus or something for the kiddies to ride. They're not really intended for major street use at all.
Right. When you're talking about mopeds, you're talking about a bicycle with pedals as a bicycle has, but it also has an engine, right?
Yes, and they're designed from the factory. A lot of them are European. It's not a motorized bicycle. The bicycles are only a means to start it. This was kind of a weird legality thing from the oil crisis in the early 70s. But yeah, they are like small motorcycles. They were designed from the ground up to be much heavier and beefier than a bicycle. But they do have pedals simply just to start them. And some people say if you break down or run out of gas, you can pedal it home, but then you have a 150-pound bicycle, and that's not really going to help you much.
Right. All right, hey, dude, thanks for calling in.
No problem, man. Take it easy. Appreciate you picking.
Hell yeah. Have a great weekend, dude.
All right, man. You too. Bye.
Bye. Nice. We narrowed down the distinction between mopeds and motorcycles and bicycles and motor scooters, mopeds. They're different. We narrowed it down a second ago, but I already forgot. All right. We're going to take a quick break, few-minute break here. We will be back in a few minutes with the boys and then a few more calls. This will probably be the last hour that we're getting into after this. More music from Kresno. Check out the link in the description if you want to see his Bandcamp, if you're interested in getting his music. Kresno. It's all in the description of this video. All right, be back in a few. Oh god. Okay. Wait. Boys.
Yeah, more like earlier on. Like I feel like the latest we could possibly start is like 3 my time, which is probably like 11 or some shit your time.
Yeah, but even then we won't get much shit done if we
not
start
much.
at my time. Like
That's the thing. Like set it up. Like set a time, and if I have to get up early, I'll do it. You know.
Yeah, that's just.
Yeah, right. What?
Huh? Did you say yeah, right?
Yeah.
You say I would not get up early so that I could enjoy a full day with the regular Australian guy? Are you saying that's... Yeah, right? I would do that?
Yeah. Am I right?
Okay. No, you're not invited to that full fun day. That
Come
full
on.
fun day that we were planning. You're not invited, you
Just
bitch.
got uninvited.
Come on. Why? Just because I said yeah, right?
Yeah, coming with that energy, that negative energy. We don't want that, especially when I'm waking up early in the morning for that shit. I'm not going to deal with that shit.
How early are we talking?
3 a.m.
For games?
For anything. For friends, dude.
You
For
won't be
hanging
there.
out with
You
friends.
won't be there. I'm projecting.
I wake up early. I am willing to wake up early. I'm a morning guy, and especially for regular Australian guy, I will get up early.
Early for him, which is 12 hours removed from you.
early. For sure.
Got to be inconvenient for everyone involved. That way it's an equal playing field.
Yeah.
Hey, Quate.
Hey.
You just joined the boys. Have you been listening to the stream at all?
No, not really. I really don't do
It's
that.
not his hobby, man.
Yeah.
The stream isn't your hobby? Listening to the stream?
No, it's not listening to the stream. That's whatever the opposite of listening to live streams is. Actually, I can't actually like watch streams very often. I don't have the attention span for that sort of thing.
Why?
Well, same with podcasts. It's like it's too long form. have ADD or something. I need the 4 minutes. I need the 3 minutes. And that's not the way the internet is going. You know, like if it's gonna be long, it better be, you know, a movie or some shit. Because other than that, if there's no, I don't know. I need visual stimulus. I can't focus.
I understand. Every time I do the stream, I lose hundreds of subscribers because they feel like you do.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I've already unsubscribed twice. Every time you do a stream, I unsubscribe.
So you're the voice of the unsubscribed in this channel.
I'm the guy. I'm the leader of the cult or the union.
The breakaway, the schism.
Yeah.
You're mixing up the Kool-Aid, the Flavor Aid.
Yeah.
All right, well, Quate, what do you like to do then? If you don't like watching the stream, but you're here, but what do you want to do? What are your hobbies?
Well, you know, I feel like I've had a fair few varied hobbies. You know, I used to really like, and I still do like video editing and that sort of thing. I've gotten into math and all that sort of nerdy bullshit. But
what? Math
yeah,
is a hobby?
I like math for real. I recently, a few months ago, wrote I guess this doxes me, but I wrote a proof in a proof solver, like a fucking computer science bullshit. That's not what I talk about. I don't want to talk about that.
That's not going to dox you because nobody's going to look up that boring shit.
It's fucking snooze town is what it is, and I'm the first and last to admit it.
Yeah, we don't know what the hell you're talking about. What about some hobbies we can relate to, Quate?
Yeah, I got one. So one thing that's been true for my whole fucking life, the whole life I've had, has been Super Mario 64. The Mr. The Minute Hour is perhaps familiar with this aspect of my personality. And maybe Moxie can relate a little bit with some pro skater situation.
Hell yeah.
I have been into that fucking game since I was a very small child. It's older than me slightly. And so when I was a little kid, it was the first game I ever played. And I was just instantly hooked. By the time I was 3 years old, I beat it, 120 stars.
3?
Actually, probably 70. But I think I was 5 when I got 120. I was very proud of that.
Wait. So this is almost like pre-internet, right?
Nah, I'm not that fucking old. It was.
Oh god.
Internet's been around my whole life. I've been going on forums since I was 4, 5.
Okay, wait. So when you were part of this road trip, I referenced the road trip, and there's gonna be lots of content coming out from the road trip.
Yeah.
You were the last stop on the road trip, and you played for me Super Mario 64 in what you thought was going to be a record amount of time, but you had a sticky controller. You had a sticky controller. You had some obstacles in your way, but you knew what the hell you were doing. And when I was watching, I noticed obviously that you knew all the secrets. Did you learn all that shit when you were a kid through the internet, or did people tell you? Like, did you hear through the grapevine? How did you learn how to play that game swiftly?
It was mostly an internet thing. Actually, some of my earlier memories of the internet were on Google Video. You guys remember Google Videos?
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Sure.
It was better than YouTube back at the time.
Yeah, it fucking rocked.
Hell yeah. Google Videos was great.
One of the first videos I watched a lot was the first ever tool-assisted speedrun of Mario 64. It was 40 minutes long, and it was a 16-star speedrun, if you're familiar with that terminology. But
no.
Yeah, it was very early internet that I got into that. I want to say 2005, 2004, something like that. And it was all internet based. I would try to show my friends, every birthday I've ever had, I've forced all my friends. This is true even as recently as last year. Forced all my friends to watch me speedrun Mario 64. So this is a recurring theme that I'm the one who does it, and everyone has to tolerate it rather than having any co-conspirators.
That is very reminiscent of Moxie Famous playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater on the N64. He gets a large group together, and then they have no choice but to watch him play.
And then they start talking about some other shit during the coolest parts. Yeah.
They don't watch.
It's bullshit. I was when Moxie uploaded this, I'm like, what the fuck is this? How did he know that this has happened to me many, many times before?
I've lived it, man.
Yeah. So we have that in common.
I remember the days before the internet. Not really before the internet, before I was aware of it. There was it was very fun, the rumors that would spread about video games, especially there was the thing with Grand Theft Auto 3. There's the secret skate park island if you could do some sort of glitch. It was these unverifiable rumors that came through. I
loved those. I would get so pissed off when people would say them to me. I'd be like, no, I'll prove it to you right now. It would be in Mario 64, one of them was run around the fountain in the castle courtyard 120 times, and then like run around it the other way 120 times, and then do like 50 backflips, and then Luigi will appear. And I remember I was like, "There's no fucking way this works," but I'm gonna try it. And so I concocted a way to like put a rubber band on my controller to run around the thing that many times. I disproved some of those manually. Those were some good days. My uncle works at Nintendo is something legitimately I heard people say to me. Like
he knows the secret code. That was like what's that's what was fun about it, is like they were all lies. They were all like older brother telling a younger brother just a lie to make them to do
waste
some
their time.
stupid thing for a while. Yeah, to waste their time. I remember like in Pokemon Snap. You remember that game on the NC? Yeah. I remember my brother telling me a kid on the bus told him you could get a shotgun in Pokemon Snap by performing the right sequence of buttons, and then you just be able to kill all the Pokemon instead of taking pictures of them. But it was not true. It was a lie.
That sounds way better.
I want a mod. I want someone to mod that game.
All you could get in Pokemon Snap was an apple. You could just throw apples at Pokemon.
I mean, you could smack the Pokemon in the head with an apple. I think you can knock some of them out for a little bit. Hit them on the head hard enough with the apple, but...
Yeah, dude, someone needs to put all the Pokemon to, like, Halo Combat Evolved and go through the entire game, like, killing and capturing Pokemon that way.
Headshotting Charmeleon.
Yeah, you could kill... But then he would become Charizard, right? You throw him into the lava, into the volcano in Spain... And it would create a tsunami, but Charizard would come out. So
it's all worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Then you could get that journalistic picture of Charizard, like he's about to start a world war, and you could be the first guy with the picture.
Right, and you would get like Professor Oak would go like, "You were close." Remember that? Remember he could do that voice? You were close.
Vividly remember that.
Yeah.
So we've all played Pokemon Snap here.
I have it. 10 feet away from me at this moment. I have it in my console.
You got fired up.
Yeah.
I saw it at Toys R Us, but I never owned it. I had like Pokemon Stadium. And I had Pokemon Yellow on the Game Boy. That's it.
Oh yeah. I remember I had to get my parents wouldn't let me buy Pokemon. I had a Game Boy Pocket. And I played
that's
like
what I had.
The shitty one.
Oh yeah. I played like Kirby's Dream Land on it, and some Mickey Mouse game I remember. And my parents wouldn't let me get Pokemon because it was too violent. It was animals fighting each other.
Yes,
that's bad. Yeah.
So I had to. I convinced my babysitter, Sue Jacket. Docs, Sue Jacket.
Oh, they're gonna be assassinated now.
I was out with Sue Jacket, and I was like, "Oh my god, Pokemon Red! What a fun game! I wish I could play it so much." And I didn't relay to her that my parents said specifically that I couldn't play that game, and she bought it for me, and I kept it secret from my parents for months and months. I was playing Pokemon Red, in secret, and it was.
Did they ever find out? You said months and months. That means they eventually figured it out.
They did eventually figure it out.
They ground you?
Oh.
Did they ground Sue Jacket?
Yeah, Sue Jacket was in a lot more trouble than I was.
Uh-oh.
I just tricked her.
When I was a child, I was homeschooled, and there was some other homeschooled children that would come over, and they were not allowed to play video games, and they loved the Game Boy with the Pokemon, So, like, there was a couple times I was like, yeah, you can borrow my Game Boy, you can borrow my Pokemon, and that was cool for a bit. But like their parents were like, hey, no Pokemon, no Game Boy. So I was like, hey, I'm not going to do that anymore because I don't want to get in trouble. Also, they broke my door because they were very violent. They would like blast my door open and hit like the shit, and it broke my door. These guys were not cool. Anyway, so I was like, hey, I can't offer you my Game Boy or my Pokemon anymore. And like, like that day when they went to leave, their mom was like, I don't want you like lending my sons the Pokemon or the Game Boy anymore. I was like, I'm not doing that. They pocketed my Pokemon and my Game Boy. They tried to steal my Pokemon and my Game Boy. And I was like, these bastards, I will never trust them again. One thing I do remember too is that we gave them our grain grinder because they were poor and they couldn't afford flour. We gave them our grain grinder. And like 3 days later, I saw them at a baseball game. I was like, you guys paid for the tickets for this for your whole family. You couldn't afford a grain grinder? We could have had that, you bastards.
I've never heard of someone in the modern era who can't afford flour.
Yeah, I don't know. Homeschoolers, man.
They're in a whole
I
separate
feel like they scammed you out of that grain grinder. They had one goal, which is to get the grain grinder, and
it was a bonus because the grain grinder was not very good. It left hunks of wheat. It was nice just buying flour instead of wheat and grinding it. That's what we did when I was a kid. And just eat and be like, ooh, a pancake. And there's like a hunk of wheat and then go, shit.
This sounds like such a Midwestern thing.
But it's not. It's not. I was a California boy back then. We were just homeschoolers.
You just buy like wheat.
Yeah, buckets. We had buckets of wheat.
My God.
This really does sound like the fucking Dust Bowl.
1935 was when Moxie was coming up,
Buckets of wheat, buckets of milk alternative powder, buckets of gluten, whatever, buckets of rice. I get it.
You live by the bucket when you were younger.
I was a bucket boy, yeah.
All right, hell yeah. Any final thoughts, boys? I'm about to friggin' get the hell out of here. Does anybody have anything final to say?
I still want someone to take my hobbies away from me. That was pretty nice. Give me some free time back.
No. Not going to happen.
Wait, I think, are you ending the stream, Mr. The Minute Hour?
No, I'm going to take more calls. I might be back at the very end for the boys, if you guys are still around.
Okay. If there's one more boys, goddamn, I would like to talk about my one big hobby.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear about Moxie's hobby.
All right, good. We're leaving some a little bit of dramatic tension here. Something new and exciting is coming later.
Yeah.
Come.
Good. All right, I'll see you boys in an hour. All right, good. All right, okay. I ended Do Not Disturb mode. This is the last hour of calls, approximately hour, but a little less than that. 518-288-7938. We're talking about your hobbies. Here we go.
Call from.
Saw.
To accept,
What?
press 1.
Yo. Hello?
Hello?
Yo, dog, what's up? Who's this?
Oh, yo. What's up? Shit. My name? That is a good question. Hello?
Whatever you want. Don't feel pressured to say your real name if you don't want.
What's going on? Oh, dude, there's so much feedback. I apologize. Let me stop listening to the stream. How you doing, dude?
Yo, dude, what's up? I was just asking, what is your name or something I can call you by? It doesn't have to be your real name.
Call me Pot Brownies, man.
Pot Brownies, okay.
Yeah.
Is that relevant to where you're at right now? Have you just downed some pea brownies?
I mean, pea brownies. That sounds even better.
I'm censoring it. I don't want YouTube to know that we're talking about drugs, about weedy drugs.
What? We're talking about drugs? Shit. What kind of drugs do you do?
Hey, whoa. Hey, this isn't about me. This is about you. We're talking about you. Hey, we're talking about the hobby. This is the hobby stream. Did you have hobbies you want to talk about?
My hobbies? A hobby. Last time I had a hobby, I had like $1. No, I used to play video games a lot, like almost my entire childhood, like way more than another kid should.
How much? How much? Tell us.
Like, how much? Like, every fucking day. Like, my life got destroyed. I had no friends, and I, like, kept on playing those games, man. I just kept on doing it all day long. 24/7. Fuck school, fuck sleep, games.
All right, but not literally 24/7. Eh? You said you when you were a kid. So what's that mean? Like, what's it literally mean? Tell me in your day, you went to school and then you played video games, or did you actually skip school to play video games?
Well, I would go to school because I was a good kid. I wasn't that bad. I wasn't that edgy. But I would get home and I would play my games. I wouldn't do homework because homework is just it's for communists or something. I don't know. But like I would play for like 20 hours straight sometimes if I could.
My God, on the weekend you mean? From Friday to Monday you're playing nonstop?
Yeah, my weekends I would just play video games nonstop. It was like I grew up playing Roblox. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, but I don't know anything about it. But I've heard the name.
It's like now it's for skids and people like to make money and weird people in general. But it was like a really good physics engine where you could build your own games. It was pretty sweet.
What is
like? Sorry, go on.
What is skids? You said skids?
Yeah, shitty kids.
Okay, I hadn't heard that before.
It's a fun term, but like, no. As far as hobbies, now I'm really into biking. It's really healthy.
Okay, so how do you make time for that? You just biking on your free time, or whenever you get the chance, or you plan out biking trips?
I'll just every given day since I quit my job because I did that because I was eroding my soul. I would fucking hop on my bike and just go all day until the battery died because it's an e-bike and I like to cruise on the downhill, that sort of fun stuff. But dude,
what does that mean? What is an e-bike? It's like, is that like a moped?
So it's just a general term for electric bicycles, not bikes. That's his name, bikes.
Yeah, right.
But fucking no, it's just a general term where it's any bike where you slap a electric motor on it, similar to what the guy who was talking about mopeds was on earlier, except it needs to be an electric motor. But altogether, it's pretty sick.
So that's what you've been doing lately? That's your main hobby, e-biking?
Yeah, just hop on the bike and pedal until your legs feel like concrete, and then just cruise and have fun the rest of the time, you know?
Yeah, how far do you go when you're doing these excursions?
Depends on how lazy I'm feeling, because I want to make sure I have emergency battery in case I really fuck myself up and don't need a pedal. But we're talking like 10-mile minimum round by the time I start to think about finishing it.
Nice.
So you usually cover a decent amount of distance.
Yeah, hell yeah. Does the bike like recharge its electric battery when you're pedaling?
Nah, it's not regenerative. I actually had a cool idea for something like that. There's I think his name is Tom Scott or something. He created a what is it? There's a spinning disc that stores energy. I'm missing the fucking name of it for some reason because I'm a idiot. But basically, you use that, and he has that in the center of his bike, and that spins up as he's going downhill or braking, and that'll work as a regenerative system when he goes to start up again. I'm thinking of doing that, except using the entire inside of one of the wheels. Flywheel, someone in chat said. Thank you. Love you.
All right, so where do you go normally? Are you is it a functional thing? Are you going to the grocery store and biking your groceries back, or you go out for fun, for nature, or for what? Like, what's your reason for biking?
It's just to see outside, man. I spent so much of my life inside just doing absolutely nothing, being the most fucking hobgoblin motherfucker you've ever seen. And it's a nice switch to just have that fresh air, you know? Beautiful.
Yeah, hell yeah. So you're not a walker, you're a biker. You're a bicyclist.
Oh, I totally am a walker. In fact, I used to,
I have this fun habit of walking everywhere. Before I get a bike, I would walk 7.5 miles to and from work each day when I had first gotten a job where I live now, which is, I understand, the same state as you, heads up, but fucking, it used to be that every day, just 5 days a week, and then on weekends I would chill at home and do nothing.
So you're in New York?
Yes, sir, upstate as well.
Nice, nice. There are a few bike paths around where I am, but it's not, it's okay. Do you have good places to bike around where you are, like paths, or are you on the road, or where do you go normally?
So I kind of go wherever I want. It's either walking paths or on the road. If you live in the city, you can pretty much go wherever the cars go. They don't mind too much since that happens all the time. But I couldn't tell you where, but there's this trail that runs entirely through New York State and through multiple other states as well in the Northeast. And I know that because I took a 50cc scooter. Funny that the guy was talking about those earlier. Yeah. And they took that from Massachusetts all the way through New York. And you're not supposed to do that, by the way. They die if you do that.
Did yours die?
Oh, mine was dead as hell. By the time I was in New York, it was maxing out at like 5 to 10 miles an hour, depending on the uphill. And I was on the freeway. Some dude fucking told me I was going to kill myself. He was kind of right.
How far did you go then? You said from Massachusetts to New York. That's several hundred miles.
Yeah, it's a few hundred miles. The way I did it is I would do 100 miles each day and then camp out somewhere. There are a lot of free camping sites from government agencies throughout the U.S. to where if you want, pretty much any time of the year, you can camp out there. It's just you need to find the place. And that's pretty much how I traveled. I also hit a lot of motels. That was fun.
Yeah, so that was what was the story there? Were you living in Massachusetts and then you needed to travel to New York, or was this a recreational type thing?
Oh, dude. So it was kind of both. I had the best dreams of my life during that trip. I never dream normally. It's just darkness and then I wake up. But like during that trip, I had these beautiful, vivid dreams where I was actually able to, observe them in the time. But like the reason why I left is because fucking everything there was shit. The people from where I was from, incest was ridiculously high because people would never leave home. And everybody else was selling drugs. Like it's such an achievement to not be a drug dealer from where I'm from. But it was just a complete shithole where I lived, and I knew it was going to stay as a shithole, and I was going to be a shithole if I stayed.
So how'd you settle on your landing point then?
So I was just heading west, and I decided I'm either going to run out of money, find a place, or die. And it's one of the three, and I hit the spinner and went. But, yeah, dude.
That was what you landed on? You were playing the game of life with the spinner and everything, and you decided it was just going to be somewhere as far as you could get from where you were?
Yeah, I'm just going to head west, see what I can do. I had like a couple grand in the bank, which was a lot for me at the time to have saved up. Mm-hmm. But I figured it would last me if I tried plenty of time. And I eventually landed in a place where, thanks to a website, I think it's Couchsurfing, where you can just sign up and hit people up if you can stay with them for a while. They ended up getting me a place. That was pretty wild. And now I live here.
Dude, nice. Somewhere in upstate New York. You landed on a spot where you decided that's where you're going to live.
Yeah, dude, it was convenient enough to live. I already got more than I started off at, so hey, it's a great achievement. But hobbies.
All right, well, hell yeah, dude. Hey, that's a great hobby. That's the story of a hobby that led you down a successful path, eh? I mean, you're happy where you are now?
I'm surviving. I quit my job because I can make money on my own. So that's the happiest I've ever been in my life. Now I'm biking, and I have a hobby. It's impressive to me.
Yeah. All right. Hell yeah, dude. Thanks for calling in. Appreciate talking to you.
I appreciate you, dude. Have a good night, man.
You too, man. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Nice, nice, nice. Traveling moped man. Motorized bicycle dude. I want to run and grab another beer real quick. See if I can get it before this other person calls in. Go! I did it. I did it. I got my other beer and no one called in. Someone call in, actually? Google's being a bitch. Alright, the calls aren't coming in. I'm going to call someone. Right now. This guy. I'll do it in a second.
Hello?
Yo.
Ah, Mr. Minute Hour.
Yo.
It is I, Dark Roast Danny.
What? Really?
Yes.
It doesn't sound like you.
Well, I don't think you've ever heard me before, have you?
Dark Roast Denny or Danny?
Danny. I'm one of your patrons, actually. I'm one of your simps.
Hell yeah. What's up, dude?
Well, I just got a random YouTube notification that said a certain hour upon the minute was going to have a stream that you can call into, so I've been spamming your ass.
Hell yeah, that's me. I'm here. You been listening to the stream?
That I have. I've been hearing about bites. I've been hearing about big skirt dancing and Mexican noises.
Hell yeah.
A plethora of things. That's an SAT word.
Plethora? Yeah. That's good. You've been around for a while. Then you've been listening for a couple hours. We're talking about the Mexican dancing. I mean, ages
that I have.
ago.
I mean, I've been a little bit involved in your online presence for a bit. Like, I never got put onto the signal return, but I at least submitted some keyboard tracks to signal return. I think that's what that was called.
Nice, nice. When?
Oh, that was at least a few months ago.
Hey, you could still be in the next signal return. It's been a while, eh?
Good point. I might just have to resubmit it. But yeah, that's my main hobby. It's my primary hobby. Is I fuck with jazz piano pretty heavily.
Ah, nice. So yeah, what do you? What's your? Do you have a goal with that? Is it something you just do for fun? You make your own shit for yourself, or is there someone you're trying to make it for?
Well, a big part of it is doing it for yourself, but a big part of it is inspiration that you take from other jazz artists and how they express themselves. So in a way, it's sort of like you're doing it for people you look up to, maybe. Yeah, mostly it's just to improvisationally express yourself. I started playing piano when I was about 6 years old. I was always told that I had a knack for it, have the ear or whatever. But up until about my 20s, my understanding of what a piano player is somebody who plays prepared pieces, reads sheet music, or learns things that exist by ear, and maybe adds some fun dynamics to it. But I had a sort of pivotal moment in my early 20s. I'm 25 now. I was about 22. I went to a Chick Corea show. Chick Corea was one of the jazz pianists who ever lived. Unfortunately, he died this year. He was about 81 maybe. But I saw him live on just solo piano, like a 9-foot Yamaha. And it was one of the shows where he asked the audience, who wants to come up and improvise with me. And I never tried to make anything up on the spot before. I only ever tried to emulate other things I've heard. But I realized that if I want to start doing this, now's the time. So I stood up and got up on stage and sat down with him and played whatever came to mind for 3 minutes straight.
With Chick Corea.
It was mind blowing. I actually have a video of it stored away on my Google Drive just for posterity. My friend was nice enough to pull his phone out and just, illegally record that or whatever.
My God, I mean, I honestly, just in full honesty, I didn't know who Chick Corea was until a couple weeks ago. I was listening to some radio program while I was driving through Alabama, and Bela Fleck was talking about Chick Corea. You know Bela Fleck?
I've seen him. I've seen him playing with them. I've seen just a Chick Corea Bela Fleck concert. It was in Melbourne, Florida. It was like a year. It was a year after I got up on stage with them, and for the price of 2 tickets, he got 2 tickets and a meet and greet with them after the show. And when my friend and I, same friend, went to get photos, I was like, "Hey, well, we've met before." And after a bit of talking, he turned to Bella and he was just like, "Oh yeah, this guy came up."
That's awesome, man. I mean, like, hey, how did that feel?
It was probably the most terrifying moment of my life. Like, at this point, I don't have stage fright anymore. It's gone. Because that was the most nerve one could muster, is to just like to stand up and try to do something with what many, and yourself included, perceive to be one of the greatest at that skill. When, it's like, I didn't know what I was really doing. I just went up there and started playing like, chord shapes that I knew, like sevenths and, random ninths and arpeggios, because I was like, and I didn't pick a key signature. That's the difference between me and the person before me. That was actually a part of the reason I stood up. The guy before me went up there and just played like C-Jam blues for Chick Corea, and it kind of pissed me off. I was like, this guy's the most avant-garde player alive. Like, it's like I have to give him something weird, even if it sucks.
Yeah, how did you feel? Like, were you said it was very terrifying to you, which makes sense. But what was the, like, as you were doing it, you said you were trying to give Chick Corea something a little extra, a little crazy to deal with?
Yeah, and I'm sure I did that. But the thing is for most of it, like for the first half or so, I was basically just using my right hand for the treble. He was just doing bass under me. Any phrase I did, he would copy either directly or he'd do it in a parallel interval. Like he'd go down a fourth and do the same thing I just did. And we were just sort of gotten to this like conversation that isn't even based on key signature or modes or anything. Like, what's a mode, right? And I just thought the whole time, like, holy fuck, I'm train wrecking. Like, I was like, I don't know, none of this sounds like consonant. It's like staying really dissonant. But I kept matching his key signature too. Like, he noticed that I could pick that up, and eventually he just stopped using them too. He just started doing this parallel fourths pattern where I had no choice but to turn to him, and I was just like, so we're still playing. I was like, holy shit. Like, what do? I just know chords, man. And he side-eyed me. And I don't know if this was a dad joke or the most important advice in my life or both, but he side-eyed me and he said, try playing some notes. And that's what I did. I started doing like chromatic walks just of half steps up and down. I started banging chords that made absolutely no sense, like no thirds, no fifths, blocks. And at the most like screechy avant-garde, like almost like, I felt like a monkey hitting those keys. He turned to me and he just like had this mad scientist look, and he's like, now you're getting it. And that showed me what music is about, what jazz is about. It's not about it's not about hitting the right notes. It's just about coming up with it's about just coming up with your own vocabulary of phrases and chords that you can use to show your personality. And I think everybody has that personality. It's like writing. Like some people just know more words and had more time writing. So at that point, I sort of understood that I didn't have to be a prodigy who was born in a conservatory, who was playing with a Philharmonic when he was 12. You don't have to just be born a skilled jazz player. You can become one. And I didn't really understand that until Chick showed me personally.
That sort of reminds me of of an old Norm Macdonald joke where he talks about Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, and how when he was, it's the story of Mozart that he was a fucking virtuoso when he was a child, and Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart would sit down when he was 12 years old and write his concerto and think to himself, okay, I gotta make this hard as fuck to play.
Pretty much.
When you're working by yourself, then when you aren't working off the this other guy who's like, he's got this kind of famous talent for this sort of thing. How do you deal with that? How do you decide what you're going to play? Is it the same sort of feeling where you're kind of going with it, whatever you feel, or how do you decide on your own what you're going to do?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's almost hard to articulate it, because normally I'm not articulating it. But really, I mean, there can sometimes be a randomness to seeking things out. Like, it's just like I'm just doing random fork stuff on the keyboard, like maybe. But the real thing that helps is like you find some sets of chords that you spell out, and there's different voicings for every chord. If you just reorder which notes on top or on bottom, or you spread it out across it changes the sound almost completely. And the only thing that's still similar is that it'll still work with the same bass. But you come up with a few of those key phrases that you have, and then you start expanding on them. And the way you keep adding like licks and phrases to your own repertoire is you just have to listen. There's so much listening you have to do. Like this, it's like, this one line from like Spain, this one line from like an Oscar Peterson track, this one transition, and you just try to nail it. Maybe you try to change the key on the spot. I'd say this is the most multi-dimensional thing in terms of like ways you can get better at something, because today I could maybe sit down and just get really good at playing unison, like the same thing on each hand. But like if you told me to play a harmonic minor in every key, I'd be like, what? I don't know, because like I can do unison though. Like that's what I've taught myself.
What is your what is a style of music that you enjoy very particularly, where it's like something that you feel like you are understanding the intricate details of compared to someone else? Like, is there a style of music that you are particularly into that's hitting these points that you're talking about today?
Yeah, I generally say that the format for it is the trio, and most of the time the trio is headed by somebody on keys. So there's a lot of old school ones that are really inspiring, like Bill Evans is a go-to for. I probably bang out an artist like once a day because of him. But
I've listened to it. There's a lot of great Bill Evans albums on YouTube that I've been listening to, actually.
Yeah, Nardis is absolutely like my number one track from him. The way that that one main phrase, like da 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 da. I just loved that. And also, it brought me into hip hop because I learned that a lot of this jazz I like to play, like Bob James and stuff like Nautilus and Westchester Lady and even Nardis, was getting sampled by hip hop artists to make their beats. So I really became like a big fan of MF Doom about a year before he died. Also, everybody's fucking died. Even Norm Macdonald died.
Yeah,
fucking bullshit. But yeah,
could you imagine that Norm Macdonald doing this fucking jazz rap shit that you're talking about? Like, that'd be a great thing. Norm Macdonald doing a spoken word track.
I wish he at least tried one as a shit post before he like checked out.
This fucking guy. Why didn't he do this? Why didn't he give us what we wanted before he died of cancer?
We wanted so many things. I mean, for Norm Macdonald, the number one joke he ever did that I like will never stop quoting. It was on like Norm Live, I think. He was just like, "I will not eat a single morsel of food until Margaret Thatcher is dead and buried." And then the other guy just like
Margaret Thatcher's she's been dead for several years.
Yeah, and he had a bucket of chicken under his fucking desk, and he pulls it out and he's just like scarfing it down, finger licking good style.
Right. He's immediately just eating the chicken as fast as possible.
Exactly. I guess like I mean I know I've been rambling like fuck, but there is one style of music that I sort of spilled into and actually have a couple releases on a little label for lo-fi hip hop and jazz are pretty much like best buds. So sometimes I do go to one of my friends' studios and bring my Nord or maybe my actual Rhodes. Sometimes it's a big hunkin' fucking instrument though, and I set up and just improvise whatever I'm thinking of at the time, and it's on Spotify. You could find it under, if you're curious, you could find it under Danzos, so Danzos on Spotify. So that has some examples of like things I've started to make up since I started this, I guess I'll call it a journey of, seeing what I can master in jazz.
All right, hell yeah, Danzos on Spotify, you said.
Yep. I also have an Instagram, which is the same name _keys, but I'm not trying to plug all my shit here. It's not what I'm trying to do.
All right. But Danzos on Spotify. You can't help but plug this shit. Hey, it's great shit. Hey, dude, it was great talking to you, man. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, it was great talking to you too, Mr. Hour. Looking forward to seeing you on the cord and on the tube.
Hell yeah. New shit coming out Sunday. Part of a new whole thing. It's gonna be, I'm releasing this road trip audio in parts. There's gonna be 5 parts or some but the first part's coming out Sunday.
My man, I'm screaming internally with anticipation.
Nice. All right. Hell yeah, dude. It was great talking to you, man.
It was great talking to you too.
All right, bye-bye.
Yep.
Nice. Oh shit, mother. Okay. All right.
Call from
Jet. We got you.
Hey, what's up, dude? Holy fuck, what's going on with the phone?
What do you mean? What's happening? What?
Oh, it's just being all super wonky, man. Like it'll do your voicemail automatically for like 10 to 20 times, and then it will let me do the thing. And then after that, it will do it another 10, 20 times or so.
Dude, I don't even know. Google Voice, it's so gay. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
They call that Google gay in showbiz.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hey, so Jet, we've been trying to get a hold of each other recently. Do you want to talk to me about what your point of business that you want to talk to me about on this, or do you want to talk about something else?
Well, I do. I mean, this is the hobby stream, and that's not a hobby right now. It's a job.
Yeah.
But And yeah, and I mean, it's just it would require a little bit of just back and forth between you and me trying to figure it out. But I'm down to if you want to. I guess I want to leave room for other colors too.
No, dude, tell me. I want to do this right now. Your hobby right now, which is your job, is you're filming a movie, eh?
Yeah. Well, I'm acting in a movie.
Right.
But yeah, it's a horror comedy. It's called Deceiver. And I am playing a. Oh, by the way, side note. This is for Danny in the fucking Patreon chat. We're fighting now because he's been trying to get in, and I told him if I get in before he does, his ass is grass. So
yeah, you win, Danny. You son of a bitch. You failed. You failed big time.
Yeah, but no, yeah. So it's a horror comedy film called Deceiver, and it's about a group of medical students that go to a remote microbiology lab in northern Maine. And basically, there's, without disclosing too much, there are cannibal zombies involved. But what separates this from every other film of its caliber is that this is actually 110% scientifically accurate and possible. So it's not some made-up what-if shit. It's like, oh, shit, like this can actually happen.
Yeah, in what way? How are these people? How is it normal? How is it natural?
Well, to put it in layman's terms, I had to learn a lot of like medical terminology. But to put it in layman's terms, basically, like your cells do their thing in your body, right? Like they have a makeup that makes your body work and makes them work. Well, Deceiver, in the form of being like a cure to cancer, what it does is it creates its own like amino acid chain as a membrane around those cells. So it kills the cells, but it keeps them alive on its own accord. It's a virus. So in a way, like you'll still be alive. Like your cells will be dead, but you'll still be alive. And you know, amino acids and like amino acid chains and shit in their own are genetic. Like you can technically genetically program and modify them. So this is just one of those scenarios that got way out of hand.
All right, and what is your role in this scenario?
Well, I play one of the main characters, one of the students that goes to this lab, and my character's name is Stones. And in the script, he's described as a pot smoking, cigarette smoking hipster. I was like, well, fuck, dude, I could play that. No problem. But he's also like he's a mix between like when I was talking to the director, he was telling me that like the character Stones is like a mixture of me, a mixture of like Indiana Jones, and a mixture of like Hercule Poirot or Sherlock Holmes as far as like detective work goes. Like he's the smart one. Like he's always noticing things and figuring things out and trying to piece together what's going on. So it's kind of like my arc has its own kind of like detective story going on as well.
Okay, and when you were you sent me a first message about this, you were talking about sort of how to play this character. Tell me about this what you've been determining thus far, like how you're gonna be this dude. What have you? Yeah.
Well, we've already got a good portion of the film already filmed. We have a couple weeks hiatus right now. I'll be going back in another week or two to finish it up. But basically, what I wanted to talk to you about is that like I wanted to put some sort of homage to the Minute Hour in there, but I didn't know exactly how that would work. Like I can't do any like logos or name drops or anything like that because that would require like paperwork and legal shit like that, and we're already like beyond that right now. But we have future projects coming up as well that would be possible. But for now, as far as where we're at in filming, I do want to like I just wanted to figure out some sort of quip or something that I could do to like drop or mention what you're doing.
Well, dude, you're totally, you can say whatever you want. Like, I have no qualms at all about you saying whatever the hell you want in regards to that shit. But how are you getting into character as this dude? You said he's partially you. So that's like something you can go on, but like, what did you do to get into it, like to be that dude?
Well, here's the thing, right? Like Stones, as a character, he's very compassionate about others, right? So like he cares about the value of life, he's smart and he's calm and he's collected all of the time, but he really cares about life. So, and I've never, personally, I've lost a few friends, but I haven't lost any like really close or good friends, nor any like family members. Like I'm 30, dude, and all my grandparents are still alive, which blows my mind, but I don't really have any point of access to really base that kind of emotion on. So what I did to kind of get into character for like these scenes where I have to save someone's life is I imagined the situation in which I worked in Alaska and I invited my buddy Robert over. And this actually happened. And he was like down on his luck, you know, he deserves kind of a better life. And Robert actually introduced me to the Minute Hour, oddly enough. And yeah, dude. So like he got up there and we were working together for like 3 months in Alaska, and I just imagined some sort of hypothetical situation where like some disgruntled cannery worker jumped the fucking counter of the kitchen and just stabbed him in the neck like ruthlessly, and I had to sit there and hold him, and he died in my arms, and what that actually felt like. So I wrote that whole scenario down in a notebook, and I went outside and I went through a whole pack of cigarettes, and I just fucking like went over it to myself, and then my face started doing like this really weird shit. I was really depressed all day.
What? What does that mean? Your face started doing depressed shit?
Yeah, so it started doing like the kind, like, you know how like when you get ready to choke up or just kind of like get really emotional about something, like the muscles in your face kind of tense up a little bit and you don't really have any control over it, or like in your throat, like your throat kind of tenses up.
Ah, sure.
They call it choking, I suppose. But that started to happen, and then fucking we didn't end up filming the bit. But
okay.
But but the conversation as far as that I wanted to have with you personally goes a bit. I just wanted to talk with you a bit one-on-one about what we could do to just kind of drop something in there. You know what I mean,
dude? It's whatever you want to do.
Ahead.
I mean, I don't have the full context of the movie and everything. I've got a little bit now, but like, you should do whatever the hell feels right. I wouldn't force it in. Anything you want to do?
No, God, no. I can't. I don't really have that much. I mean, I have plenty of creative freedom in this project, which is great. But as far as like the script goes, like in my lines and stuff, I can talk to the director about like, you know, changing some lines around a little bit to try and fit something in like that.
Yeah, what did you want to get in there? Like what makes you think
I wanted to make a reference to the Haunted Darkness, because that's been a Halloween staple of mine the last few years. And I've listened to it twice already this year, and that's also a horror comedy. So I was thinking like, hey, you know, maybe some sort of reference to the Haunted Darkness, maybe something to do with like a Tamagotchi or some shit. Yeah,
sure. I've been trying to do I was watching a lot of the Twilight Zone recently, and I've watched like 20 episodes of the Twilight Zone the past couple days. Like, I've been getting super into it, and I want to do another Halloween one-off type thing. I wrote a little episode type thing based on just like what I was enjoying about the Twilight Zone. Like, I miss that sort of. You ever watched the Twilight Zone?
Oh my God, yeah, I've seen all of them. I love the Twilight Zone.
Ah, hell yeah! I watched a lot of the like popular ones when I was in college, but I never like watched the whole series from start to finish. And now that I'm actually watching it, I love it so much. It's just like all these little...
There are a lot of hidden gems in there, man. Like, one of my favorite ones that most people don't talk about is the episode where, like, it's about the old woman who's afraid of death, and Robert Redford is like a cop, and he comes through the door, and like they're gonna demolish her house, and he's like, no, you know, like I've been hurt out there, and she's like, oh no, I don't want to go outside. He's like, you need to come out and help me, and she's like, no, I'm afraid of death. And have you seen that one?
No, I haven't.
Spoil it.
I haven't yet. Yeah.
It's a good one, dude. That one gets me every fucking time.
There's so many of them that are so good. Like, the Twilight Zone as a show gets a little bit of it's got a little too strong of a reputation, I think, where it's like people associate it very directly with like a twist at the end of the episode, or like, you know, you're trying to figure out during the episode what the hook is, like what the secret is of the episode. But so much of them are just great little morality plays where like the ending is just a little bonus at the end, but the whole episode itself is really getting into some deeper, darker meaning.
Yeah, like the end isn't so much a twist as much as it is a punchline to like the overall message of the episode, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the shit, dude.
I was thinking about that. I was trying to write like a Twilight Zone-esque story, and I had a little thing. I was writing this thing about this, two dudes who were just walking on a boardwalk, and they're talking about how life isn't existing in reality. It's like all these things are just, it's all virtual. It's like, it seems like society is trying to get us to just fall asleep and enjoy this version of reality that doesn't exist. And they meet some guy, some homeless dude who's throwing bones, and they're like gambling with the bones he's throwing, and then he through eye contact gives them some sort of technological virus that's like eating away at their data. They're like disappearing from the world because their data's being eaten up by this virus, and it's like a whole weird thing. What do you think? Does it sound like Twilight Zone?
Dude,
can it work?
Yeah, dude, that's brilliant. That sounds Twilight Zone. Woo! It also sounds quite modern in the way that like, because I mean, data security, even by modern standards and with the technology we have today, like that's something that's very prevalent that a lot of people are really scared of having have happen to them. So like, right. I think you're touching on all grounds with that idea.
Yeah, it was like this idea that like, when if you have just a little piece of your data exposed, that there would be this virus that's like eating away at it. It finds the exposed piece of data, and then it goes through the rest of the system, and it slowly starts to just erase your identity from the real world, like from just this little exposed
fuck yeah,
mess.
dude. It's like a worm. It's like a virus that you can catch without actually being connected directly to it.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right, good. So this works.
That's super dope, dude. That's fucking cool. I like that.
Hell yeah, dude. I've only had the idea for it. I haven't actually written it all out, but watching the Twilight Zone got me so inspired, especially with like fucking Rod Serling. Like he's just got that cool voice, and that you just got the gravitas. It's like at the end of every episode, they're like, and here's Rod Serling telling you about next week. And he like just gives the perfect little dose of what the story's going to be.
Rod Serling's the reason I smoke cigarettes. I won't even lie about it.
Yes! I feel the same way. I feel the same way. I was getting into vapes. I was getting into vapes this week. I was thinking like, you know what? I'm not gonna smoke cigarettes anymore. I'm converting to vapes. And then I started watching the Twilight Zone, and the guy's just like looking great, smoking cigarettes, and he's like,
I know, it's
I've got
crime,
a brand new
dude.
Story for you. And it's like, oh, I want.
If Rod Serling vaped, it would be a different story, but he didn't. So we just have to accept the reality of what is.
All right, hey Jet, it was great talking to you, man.
Yeah, you too, dude. I will. I'll figure something out, and when I do, I'll send you a message. It's right on the border of like Maine and Canada, so every time I try to, like, there's no internet out there. It's super fucking Trump County, and it's really irritating and awkward. But I barely have mobile data, and what little mobile data I have out there thinks I'm in Canada. So while I'm filming, if I come up with something and I message you, I can. Or I will, but if not, I'll wait till I get back and I'll let you know what the cool little caveat was. So when it comes out, we can fucking.
All right, cool. Well,
we can check it out.
I'm like I said, I'm totally down with whatever you want to do. In your
right
thing.
On, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Like no problem at all.
Hell yeah, dude! Awesome. Well, enjoy the rest of your stream, man. And it was great talking to you.
All right, have a great night.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye. All right, nice. That's going to be... Oh, God, wait. That's all. Okay, that's going to be that for tonight. That's all the callers for this evening. Moxie Famous is still in the boys chat. Let me see if he's around. You.
Yo, shit.
Yo, Moxie.
Yeah, I'm still here. Hardcore.
You're the last one. Everyone else left.
Before we start, I just want to say, if you like The Twilight Zone, you should watch The Outer Limits.
What's that?
Like the revival from the 90s, mid 90s through the early 2000s. It's compared to The Twilight Zone, but it's more sci-fi instead of like fantasy, it's more in the sci-fi genre. And also, I just want to say, jazz is gay and retarded. And if you think that's a negative statement, you're a bigot. So anyone who jazz is gay and retarded.
What does that mean? What? Jazz gay?
I've been listening in after everyone left. There's some people talking about jazz. I just want to say it's gay and retarded, okay?
Oh, all jazz.
Yes, jazz is gay and retarded.
Dude, but the guy who we were talking to who was about jazz, he played live on stage with Chick Corea. Does that mean nothing to you?
You said but as if it was a negative that I said it was gay and retarded. I just said, if you think that's a negative statement, you're a bigot, okay? I covered my ass.
Why? Wait. Why? But we're talking about... Okay, yeah, go on.
Because jazz is gay and retarded, okay?
Okay.
I just want to make that sure.
But what if you had the opportunity to play on stage with a jazz legend? Would it still be gay and retarded, Moxie?
Depends on the jazz legend.
We're talking about Chick Corea. You ever heard that guy?
Yeah, I've heard of him. He's no Horace Sanders or whatever the shit they're called.
Who? What?
You don't even know the jazz legends.
I don't know. I never claimed to know. I'm just passing along the information that I've learned.
Whatever, dude. Whatever. That's not what I want to talk about. That was an aside.
Okay, what do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about my main hobby. Okay. I think you know what it is.
Will you remind me?
Now that everyone is gone, 2014 mobile phones.
All right. What about them?
I love them. I collect them. That is my hobby. You got a problem with that?
How do you collect them?
I buy them and I own them.
What do you do with them? Why 2014 mobile phones?
I think 2014 was like one of the best years for smartphones because it was like, the year of Android 4.4.4, the best Android. But it was also the time when the other operating systems were competing. You had the BlackBerry Passport under BlackBerry 10 operating system. Amazon was trying to make their phone with the Amazon Fire phone running Fire OS. That was a piece of shit. Samsung had their Galaxy S5, probably one of their best phones of all time. And then, of course, you had Windows Phone trying to do their shit with Windows 8.1, baby. And, that's the Nokia. I've got the Nokia Lumia 830. It's not a great phone. But you've got, Sharp Aquos Crystal X, Japanese exclusive. That's a really good one, 2014. Sony was doing their Xperia, Z3.
Okay. All right.
Hella dope.
Moxie, whoa. You're saying a lot of phone names. I'm going to be the voice of the audience here. We don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I want to talk about my hobby. I've been waiting all night.
So what does it mean? You buy all these phones? Why? What's the ultimate goal here?
The different operating systems. Okay, the BlackBerry Passport BB10, which also emulates Android 4.2, I think. And that one's got like a square screen. That's cool. And it's got like, a nice keyboard, a physical keyboard, a QWERTY keyboard. Wow. And then Amazon was trying to get into the mobile market with their Amazon Fire Phone. And they got 4 cameras in every corner doing this faux 3D shit. It didn't like they tried to bring it to the market like $550 or $600 or whatever the shit. Like they thought like Amazon was a premium brand. That shit went down in flames. I bought this thing for $50 like 2 years after that came out. It's an okay phone, but it's not great. It's based off of Android anyways. Amazon, go to hell. Samsung, their S5, that's a good solid phone. Removable battery. It's got the IR blaster, so you can use it as a universal remote. Very valuable. That's a good, decent phone. They had a better version of it. They had one which had a camera on it, the Galaxy K Zoom. We didn't get that shit, but it's basically an S5 with a point-and-shoot camera on it. I'm looking for that one. I want that one. I love cameras. I love phones. And then, of course, you got the Windows Phone. Came out in 2012, but, that's some bullshit. It wasn't really good until Windows 8.1 came out in 2014. Nokia, they aligned with the wrong people going with the Windows Phone. Didn't work out for them. Okay. Of course. Okay, what do you want to say? What do you want to say?
Okay, I just wanted to butt in for a second here. You're talking entirely 6 to 8 year old phones.
Yeah, the good ones.
Okay, so there's no new phone, even in the new, just being the past 5 years. There's no new phones that you're into. It's only
they're expensive, man. The older phones, that's when the shit was interesting. 2013, 2014, that's when interesting shit was going on. Any phone beyond 2016 is fine. Anything you want to do. Like my phone I use now, my everyday phone, is a BlackBerry Leap running BlackBerry 10 operating system from 2015. It's still fine. It's okay. Nobody needs a big fancy goddamn supercomputer phone. Anything past 2015, 2016 is an okay phone.
So you're using an okay phone from 6 years ago?
Yeah, because it is, no Google shit, no Apple shit.
Do you have to deal with that shit, like making it compatible, or are you able to?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of process. Like I use a BlackBerry, so it will do Android apps, APKs up to 4.2, I think, which is kind of finicky, but I don't really use my phone for, just like killing time or like any of that sort of shit. So it's like basic apps. I use it for phone calls, texts, emails. That's all built in. Any apps. If I want to listen to music, I've got my NAS drive over here, which has apps, very old Android apps, which I run on my phone to listen. Like I don't need Spotify. I use that. It works fine. It works great. And no Google or Apple's putting their finger at my goddamn asshole.
All right, good. Any final thoughts here, Moxie or Toner, before I...
Final?
Yeah, final. I'm turning this off. You
You
can't rant about this
baby.
Forever, Moxie.
This is my hobby, baby.
I was taking notes. I'm going to go out and buy me a 2014 phone now that I've got this valuable information.
Yeah, so Moxie, it's a BlackBerry. What's the model?
Don't buy a BlackBerry because the BlackBerry their servers, the BlackBerry ID are going down in like January or February, and then you can't actually use the phones as phones. They're basically useless. That's why I'm buying a Nokia 8110 4G, which is a feature phone running Kai OS. I'm gonna I'm gonna mod that shit. I'm gonna put Gerda OS on it so I can be more private.
And Moxie, soon, very soon, you're gonna have an eBay page, right? That you can sell all your ridiculous old phones.
I'm working on that. My bank got bought by a different bank, so I have to go through the process of transferring everything over and trying to set up shit. But yes, that is a little thing that's going on right now. But that's a little thing. That's a little thing. That's just can you just talk? Let me talk about my hobby.
All right, fine. You get 2 minutes. I'm not gonna say anything. You have 2 minutes now to say whatever the hell you want, and then I'm stopping the stream. And I'm not gonna say anything, but you will get to end everything. So you got 2 minutes now.
Okay, thank God. Okay, Blackberries are pretty cool, but they're going out of they're going out. I've got some other 2014 phones I'm looking at. I'm looking at the LG Optimus F3Q. That's a slide-out keyboard Android. That's cool. A Samsung Guru Music 2. That's an India exclusive feature phone. But I guess it's featured towards music, whatever the shit. LG Optimus View 3. That's a Korea exclusive. A 3:4 aspect ratio. 3 wide, 4 tall. That's a fat-ass phone. That's similar to the Passport, but that one is a bit more modern. It's Android. That's some good shit. I'm looking forward to that one. Of course, the HTC One M8 Windows phone. I want to get that one. Of course, I want the top of the line Windows phone for 2014. But anyways, yeah. My modern shit, doing the Nokia 8110 4G, which runs Kai OS, which I'm going to jailbreak and put Gerda OS on to have more privacy. I was thinking about getting the Cat B40, which is a very tough phone, but that's more of a European thing. They don't bring them over here. Anyways, I like cell phones. I like mobile phones. I like doing this shit. This is my hobby, okay?
I just blacked out entirely. I didn't listen to any of that. I just heard that you were going, and I was like, this is probably good content, Moxie.
No one gives a shit but me. That's it. That's all that matters. I give a shit. This is my hobby.
All right. And with that, we're going to close out the stream. I'm about to close you out, Moxie. You ready?
Yeah. Go to bed.
All right. Hey, thank you. Finally, someone allows me to sleep. Okay, this was the Ya Hobbies stream. We talked about Ya Hobbies a little bit, for a bit. The music from the stream has all been from Krezno. The music from the stream is all from Krezno. You can look up the Bandcamp link in the description of this video. The HUD/overlays from Slouch. Slouch, very talented animator. The link to his channel is also in the description of this video. I'm gonna play a couple more songs here, and then we'll be going. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back in a couple weeks. Hey, and something on Sunday. Nice big piece of content coming on Sunday. You'll see it. Until then, goodbye.
Now I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. Time to get paid, blow up like the world trade. Born sinner, the opposite of a winner. Remember when I used to eat sardines for dinner? Easter ball G, Lucy B, get your free. Fuck master truck, smoke, bump, soft ski. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. Call a crib, same number, same hood. It's all good. And if you don't know, now you know, nigga.